KIRO AM Seattle, KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of manager.
It doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
Yes, hello. Hello. It is the Brock and Salk Show. Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com, and the Seattle Sports app, not to mention 97.3 HD number 2 and YouTube. Yes, YouTube. I'm here. I'm on video. I'm waving to you as we speak. Lyle's here for his second to last day, his penultimate day. Mora's here. Ryan's here training on the board because we don't know what we're going to do once Lyle leaves after tomorrow. So Ryan will probably be in for a few days. We met Cash, who's going to be in probably for a couple days. And I don't know, Mora. It's just going to be me, you, and Brock. And, you know, try to figure it out, I guess. I mean, we're going to be lonely. There's no doubt. We're going to be missing an appendage. There's no doubt. It's sad. You think we can go on?
I mean, I think you've done it before over the 17 years, right? But,
yeah.
You know, we'll miss Lyle, of course.
It's always sad, though. I mean, we have gone on, and there have been a lot of different producers and board operators for this show. But it's always hard because everyone's brought something different, right? Starting with Colin Paisley, and then we added Boy Howdy, and then eventually Wassel, and then Andy Bunker, and then Kyle, and then let's see who came next. Probably Lydia, I think, after that. Then the show disappeared for a while, and then it came back, and we had Justin and Mora, and then Lyle, and that's it. I think that's everybody. Have I missed anyone? I don't think so. I think that's everyone who's been at least a regular. I'm sure there have been people who have helped out now and again, either producing or running the board for the show. But I think that's everybody who's had kind of a major role on the show. And everybody's brought something awesome and different. Yeah. So, Lyle, we'll probably do this in greater detail tomorrow. But thank you. It's been really good. It's been awesome having you. You have definitely brought something different, unique, and fun to this show. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, well, thank you guys. You guys have been amazing. Like I said on Tuesday, I am really going to miss it.
That being said, I got texts yesterday, personal texts. I don't mean on the text machine. I got a text from a friend saying, is Lyle putting on an act that he's an idiot? My boys are 12 and 10, and I think they missed one of those songs. Everything else they knew. LOL. If it's for real, it's truly incredible. I said, no, that's 100% real. And he says, amazing. The boys are convinced he's playing a part of some kind.
My favorite thing that I didn't realize until yesterday after the show was when you said, my kids know these songs. And Lyle was like, well, normal kids.
I know, yeah. I was very insulted by that. Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, it was really, really hard to hear. Lyle?
Again, Queen was before my parents' time.
So
I grew up listening to oldies. I knew all the songs my parents grew up with. They were before my time.
I don't think everybody's like you guys. I'm going to be real. I've talked to plenty of people who don't know these things. Like plenty of people.
Yeah, we get a few, but we also get the text line that's very much like I'm the same age as you and I don't understand things.
Well, the text line, I think out in the real world, there's more than you think.
You don't think the text line represents reality? I don't necessarily think it does either.
These are all our fake listeners.
But with all of that said, it's still a decent time.
Late Night Mariners texts.
All right, well, the late night Mariners texts today actually really aren't that late night because a lot of them came through early since they played a game at noon. Not even a 1 o'clock game, a noon game, which I didn't even realize. I thought it was going to be 1 o'clock. Next thing I know, Stacy's like, yeah, we're getting out of here. I was like, what? So, yeah, noon game yesterday. Mariners obviously dominate and got a bunch of text messages that came in. First place, you cretins. They are in first place. Not by a lot, half a game, and they're still under 500, but they are in first place in the division, hopefully sweeping a division rival. For first place will have the same effect it did last year, fingers crossed, says another overnight, late night text. Yeah, I mean, that was sort of end of the year, right, with the Astros, and kind of a different feel than maybe what you saw yesterday. But yeah, obviously the hope is that this is a springboard. Now, not everyone is fully impressed or invested. Another text, I'm not going to be impressed by the Mariners winning until they beat somebody outside of their division. What does everybody say about the AL West? It's that everyone is down. Yeah, but what I mean, like, you can only play who's on your schedule. I mean, like, the Royals are down. That didn't seem to matter much, right? I mean, you got to beat the teams you beat. The A's have been pretty good this year. They were above 500 when you got there. Now they're not. I mean, like, that's something. That's not, and they threw 2 lefties against you. One of whom is a huge prospect, and the other of whom has had success against you. So, I mean, I'm not gonna discount that. That doesn't feel right. You play who's on your schedule. And now they're gonna have. I mean, the homestand's gonna be an interesting one. Diamondbacks are playing some great ball. The Mets are playing some truly horrendous ball. That's your little quick 6-game homestand. 3 against Arizona, 3 against New York. But the thing about this Mariners team is it hasn't really mattered much who they play. I mean, like, it's really mattered how they play, not who they play. It's much more been about how they play. And I don't get the sense that has been – it's not like they've got some guys that can overachieve against bad teams, but then when they play good teams, they don't have a chance. They've got a lot of good players that have underachieved. That's a totally different thing. So I'm not going to discount it because it came against the A's. First of all, they've been a good team this year. They've been the division leader for most of the season. And second of all, like, I just think it's much more about the Mariners. They played clean ball. They hit. They played good defense. Played great defense yesterday. They were aggressive. They were athletic. Did I mention clean? Let me say it again. They played clean ball. And frankly, they hit so well and pitched so well early in games that they took a lot of the close game decision-making out of it that's been problematic for them this year. You know what the best solution is for making a lot of mistakes in close games? Don't play close games. Win them early. Another text says, do we really need Cal back if our offense is reeling like this? Is really, I'm assuming it means really, not reeling. Reeling would be a bad thing. Seems like they're figuring it out without him. Yes, they do still need Cal back. But it's been nice to see Garver and what he's done, and it's been nice to see Pareda. Another text says it makes it so much more fun when the Mariners can hit the ball. Yeah, no kidding. And that does kind of reflect back, like, you know, there's no real chicken and the egg on energy and hitting. Your team looks like it has energy when it's hitting. It's just that simple. It's really, really hard to look like you're playing with energy when you're not hitting because you're never on base. Everybody looks dead and defeated when they're constantly taking a right turn back to the dugout. Nobody looks like they're playing with great energy because, unfortunately, that's not the way this game works. You can't energize yourself into playing good baseball. You've got to get on base. And when they do, they look a whole lot more energetic. Go figure. A lot of people suggesting that they're definitely not real people on the text line. I don't know, Lyle. I don't think you're going to win this one.
Well, it's similar to Twitter. It's real people, but the messaging isn't always reality.
It's just not that uncommon for your parents to introduce you to some of the music that they grew up listening to.
I mean, they probably did at some point.
You just refuse to take it in?
I think that's the thing. I think that's always what I come back to, Lyle. It's not that you didn't have opportunities to learn these things, you just didn't want to, which is fine. But it's not like it's not out there. You just chose not to learn it.
It's probably right.
Okay,
but
there we go. Just stop there.
I'm not alone.
There. You're good.
But I'm not alone.
You might be not alone, and there are probably other people who never learned it, but, like, you didn't want to learn it. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. And then the final text I'll read here. The piggyback had to walk so the platoon could run. The platoon sure looked pretty good yesterday, huh? The righties, Robles, Ref Snyder, those guys looked pretty darn good yesterday, hitting left-handed pitching. Ref Snyder winning this one basically in the first inning. Pretty good. Yeah. Texter says, I've always said this, so don't look it up. No, we won't. I promise. We're just going to believe that you've said that from the beginning. Absolutely true. The piggyback had to walk so the platoon could run. Whatever it is, man, Mariners with a nice win yesterday, great series sweep, and get a little day off today, catch their breath. Their bullpen's in great shape. Everybody's healthy right now. That's awesome. You're getting closer to getting more of your guys back. Robles has obviously made a huge difference. So a lot of really cool stuff in Mariner world just a few days after it looked like the sky was falling. Go figure. Man, this sport is nuts. It really is. Have you noticed, did you guys see my text yesterday that Leody Taveras has been the best player on the Orioles this year? The guy who was here for a minute last season after he got cut in Texas and was so bad. I mean, do you remember at some point last year we were doing Mariners record without Leody Taveras because he was so bad while he was here that we didn't want to count that period of time because he was so awful? You remember that?
I mean, wasn't he the worst player in Mariners history by WAR?
Yes. While he was only here for a month, and he was so bad that we had to divide him out of the season. This year, he's the best player in the Orioles. He's been the whole reason they've gone on a little run of late. And remember all of the highly touted prospects they've got. Who's their best player right now? Leody Taveras. Of course it is. Of course it is. Mitch Garver has not hit for 2+ years since being a Mariner. Comes back, Cal gets hurt, bang. Garver's been a really good hitter over the last couple of weeks. How about the Cubs? They started off the year 20-3. Since then, they're 2-14. How do you predict this game? That's why, again, I'm happy to comment on things that happen over the baseball season. Always happy to talk about what they mean, what they are, what's happened, what they should have done, looking back. But the idea of saying this is what it's going to be again tomorrow, no, it's just not true. It's just simply not true. Let's come right back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know, including some of the highlights of the sweep. It's next on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
The throw to first, and it's in time. Holy smokes, what a play by J.P. Crawford.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But if you're looking for a truly golden view, look no further than the seats on the first baseline, a.k.a. Trident-Town. Post up behind the Mariners dugout, and you get a great view of Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and our entire rotation at work.
Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, blew it by it, strike 3.
Not to mention the best view of the best home run celebration in baseball. When the Trident goes up, you know a party's going down.
It is gone! Julio!
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Don't miss 2 great interleague matchups at T-Mobile Park. The next Mariners homestand starts tomorrow with a 3-game set against Corbin Carroll and the D-backs. Then the action continues as Juan Soto and the Mets come to town Monday, June 1st through Wednesday, June 3rd. Get your tickets today at mariners.com.
Under these arches, opposing teams are put to the test. Can they hear themselves over the boom of the 12s? Can they withstand the Seattle elements? Can they compete against us?
Touchdown! Seahawks!
This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Lumen Field and experience what this city lives for. Visit Seahawks.com today.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. start now.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Julian Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
This is Carla Hall for Eggland's Best. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, make sure you're choosing wholesome ingredients like Eggland's Best eggs to plus up your nutrition. With more than 6 times the vitamin D and double the omega-3s and vitamin B12 compared to ordinary eggs, Eggland's Best supports a healthy lifestyle. Available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. Visit egglandsbest.com to learn more.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi. Just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add 1 line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, as always, baseball takes you to a place where you think it'll never change, and then it does entirely, big time. Mariners roar through Sacramento, leave with a nice sweep. Not just a sweep, though, complete and thorough butt whooping. They win 9-2. 4-1, and yesterday 9-1 with all 3 games over early. None of them particularly competitive. They took on another lefty starter yesterday, did serious damage. Rob Refsnyder left for dead, but hey, you know what? Comes up with a couple runners on, did his thing.
Springs, and the sunshine comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, blasted, left field. It is high, it is deep, it is gone! Rob Refsnyder, 3-run home run, and the Mariners are off to the races. Three 0 lead in the first, thanks to Rob Refsnyder.
That was pretty good to see, wasn't it? Nice to see the righty portion of some of these platoons start to chip in, and if they can get Refsnyder going, remember, he's been a really good hitter the last few years. I don't know why he's been so bad for the first couple months of this season, but if that's the guy you're going to get moving forward, obviously it would make a huge difference for the team. Julio had a home run, Colt Emerson with a big triple. Nice to see everybody contributing. So, Mariners come home in first place. They are just 1 game below 500. Dan Wilson happy with the type of game they're playing?
I think so. I mean, I think this is as good as we've played all season long and as consistent as we've been. And again, it's all parts of the game. And I thought the at-bats were outstanding. The pitching, you turn it over to the bullpen again today, who did a great job. And it was just, 4 runs in the series against a team that's, was ahead of us in the standings. So it's just a great effort and good to take first place over, but again, a little bit of a rest tomorrow and then back home on Friday and getting after it again.
Well, that's obviously all true. So, as he said, day off today, and then 6-game homestand. You got the Diamondbacks and Mets coming in for 3 apiece.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Well, it depends who you believe, but sounds like we could have a new Seahawks owner maybe before the season even starts, at least according to Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, let me give you that real quick. Here's my understanding of the potential sale of the Seahawks. The market, I'm told, has been robust, and the way it is trending will not be surprised at all. There's a special meeting among NFL owners this coming August. Could have a new Seahawks owner before the season. If all goes perfectly well, could eclipse $10 billion. So ever since Seth Wickersham reported that the market was softer than they thought, things have really picked up steam. New owner potentially coming soon for Seattle.
Wow, I don't know about calling out Wickersham and all of that. I don't think that's really how these markets work, at least from what I've been told behind the scenes. Like, some of that reporting may be accurate, but I don't think the market changed overnight. Look, I'm curious to know who's going to end up leading this pack, who it is, which of these groups ends up being the owner. Most of the possibilities we've seen, I think, are actually fairly positive. Obviously, we won't know, though, until they take over and actually implement their plan. Find out if there's someone who wants a new stadium. Are they going to have a bold vision for this team and franchise and organization and city? Will they continue to invest? As for the price, I don't know that it really matters. You care whether it's $8 billion, $10 billion, or $12 billion? I mean, other than the clowns trying to make it a political fight, as if like a $10 billion sale shows that there's a problem in Washington, but an $11 billion sale shows that there's not. Like, you're talking about billions and billions of dollars. Like, I don't see that as being particularly relevant. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes down. I'd be willing to bet the market has not changed all that much, but we'll see.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
A pretty cool deal on the McAfee show yesterday. He had Rob Manfred, Adam Silver, Gary Bettman, commissioners of the WNBA, MLS, UFC, essentially everybody but Roger Goodell joined the show yesterday. Just pretty cool. Rob Manfred probably said the most as he is preparing for his big labor fight this next offseason. What's the biggest problem? Yeah, I don't think Mariners fans will be shocked to hear this one.
You're right. We got it. Look, our payroll gap from top to bottom is $446 million. That's not a fair fight. And the numbers really bear out that it's not a fair fight. If you have a high payroll, you're much more likely to make the playoffs. And if you have a high payroll, your chances of going to each of the successive rounds are massively higher than a low payroll club. And, look, fans want competition. That's what it's about at the end of the day. And we need to get that one fixed.
That's so hilarious. Rob Manfred has never said anything like that before, but now that he wants to have a salary cap, that's absolutely the direction he's going to go because he thinks it's the most convincing argument for it. That's hilarious.
I mean, he just sounds like a puppet.
I know. Isn't that hilarious?
I mean, probably because he is. But anyway.
I mean, just, and it's a tough argument while the Mets are floundering. I don't know. It's everything you need. Is that everything you need to know? I think it is. 1:15 every hour here in the Brock and Salk Show.
By the way, this past year was your first repeat champion in 25 years.
I know. Right? It just, and by the way, that's not to say that there's not some truth to it. Obviously, the disparity is pretty extreme. I'm pro salary cap and floor. Like, I do think that would ultimately be a good thing for Major League Baseball. But it's hilarious hearing it from him after essentially never saying this in the past. It's always been kind of the opposite. But now, wow, we need a salary cap. So, yeah, I mean, come on. It's just so transparent. There's more sound from there. I'll play it for you a little bit later. Brock will be in at 7. We're talking to Ryan Divish at 8:30 this morning. We'll be saying goodbye to Lyle throughout the next 2 days, which is sad.
I think Lyle has a lesson for us today.
Are you going to do that today, Lyle? Are you going to teach us a little something?
Yeah, we can do it today, especially because Brock's here today, but not tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Well, We'll learn a little bit from Lyle a little bit later in the show as well. We learned quite a bit yesterday from our friend Brian Nemhauser, Hawk blogger, who was out at Seahawks OTAs, their first practice of organized team activities, and you'll learn it too next on Brock and Salk.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Shopping for a new Mazda? Shop the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer, Mazda of Everett. With more new Mazdas in stock than any dealer in the region. Shop over 780 new Mazdas. Click on the Mazda of Everett price. At Mazda of Everett, exceptional customer satisfaction is the standard. Plus, at Mazda of Everett, you negotiate directly with the owner. Locally owned, trusted by thousands. Shop MazdaofEverett.com and see why we're number one.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more. The Mariners' 50th season is underway, and it's not too late to come on board as a season ticket member. Lock in your Mariners Flex plan and choose your games, seats, and number of tickets as you go all year long. 6 seats in the bleachers one night and 2 right behind the Mariners dugout the next. It's all up to you. Plus, you still get all the perks of being a member, like guaranteed postseason access and discounts of 10% or more on tickets with no fees. Join the team today at mariners.com/flex.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back?
Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Go electric and go smart. The 26BZ with 0% financing for 72 months, plus up to $5,000 in loyalty cash. Or the Prius plug-in hybrid leasing at $399 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Or finance at 1.99% APR. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
No matter how old you get, you always remember that one great teacher. Hi, this is Rick Riz, inviting you to join WSECU in celebrating Teacher of the Week. Great teachers inspire. Nominate a teacher you feel has changed a life in our community. This year, we're going to honor 24 great teachers with grants of $500, courtesy of WSECU, the credit union for Washington. Teachers are the real MVPs. Nominate an exceptional teacher now at mynorthwest.com/teacher.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
The Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, so Seahawks out of practice, and Maura was out there. We're going to get some of her takeaways coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Our friend, Brian Nemhauser, out there as well yesterday. You may know him as Hawk Blogger and all of his various ways in which he communicates with people. Maura said the rain surprised her yesterday. Hair issues. Did you also suffer from hair issues yesterday?
I have such different hair issues than Maura. Let's be really honest about that.
Yeah. You want to take off that hat so people on YouTube can see you?
That Maura had.
You going to take the hat off? Do you want people to see if your hair's messed?
You want to see? Yeah.
Different.
It's fantastic.
Yours didn't frizz yesterday?
I'm not the guy that's going to be trying to chase youth, guys. No hair coloring.
You're not going to Turkey for implants?
No, not doing any of that. I'm going to make everybody have to look at this, whatever this is, as whatever it turns into.
We appreciate that about you. We really do. All right. So what did you see? We're going to get to Moore's in a little bit. Give me the number 1 or 2 things that you saw yesterday.
The number one thing I saw was Riley Mills out there right next to Byron Murphy and Jaron Reed. And seeing that big number 98 out there was nice to see. Like, I don't think you can underestimate, or maybe the right phrase is overestimate, how big of a deal it is that at this time last year, Riley Mills was watching on the sidelines, still recovering from the knee injury. And it wasn't until the end of the season where you got to see him on the field. Now he is going through the entire offseason program, and he's getting a lot of reps. And so I think this could be just such a big addition to what's already arguably the best defensive tackle group in the NFL. So that was one. 2 for me was seeing Jamie Sheriff out there back on the edge. He had been moved to off-ball linebacker last year after his first year being kind of an edge player. And this is a guy that both Mike McDonald and John Schneider talked about this offseason. And I'm really curious to see what he looks like and how they utilize him. People might remember he had a really great preseason a couple of years ago, and we'll see if he can kind of get back on the track that he seemed to be on. And then the third thing I'd say is Elijah Arroyo. Elijah Arroyo taking advantage of the fact that AJ Barner was kind of taking some time off to what sounds like some surgeries. He'll be back for training camp, but Eric Saubert also did not practice. And so you got a lot of Elijah Arroyo, and he was making catches down the seam. He was making catches in traffic, looking like, a guy that is ready to step up in year 2.
I want to say, Hawk Blogger here with us, Brian Nemhauser. I want to say just about every time you've joined us on this show, you've had some news brewing, whether it was Geno, whether it was a contract extension. There was just some stuff kind of simmering in Hawk Blogger's world. Is there anything kind of simmering in that newsy kind of way?
I hate to disappoint you, but I would never fake it. So no, I don't think so, Brock. I don't think so right now. The closest thing to it that I would speak on is, you guys have obviously, the great Brady Henderson, have been talking about what's been going on with Devin Witherspoon. I will just say the ordering, and I know you guys have talked about this as well, the ordering and priority of who they extend has seemed a little bit surprising to me, because in my mind, JSN, 5th-year option, there was no question JSN was always going to be part of this team going forward. Devin Witherspoon, 5th-year option, never a question to me about whether he's going to be part of this team going forward. You've also got the franchise tag beyond the next 2 years, beyond the 5th-year option. Derek Hall, though, this is it. If you do not extend Derek Hall, he will be a free agent. And you saw what happened to Boye Mafe. And I just feel like if you are not really pushing the envelope to try to get that done now, even eclipsing the Boye Mafe number, then I think that puts the Seahawks in a really bad leverage situation at the end of this season, with basically no experienced edges to turn to, with Dante Fowler and DeMarcus Lawrence and Uchenna Nwosu all potentially not being on the team. So that to me is, I guess, I want to hear more about what's going on there.
It's an obvious sign. Derek Hall. Like, this to me is as easy as it gets.
Is this what you guys were discussing at the TPC? Was this hole after hole, shot after shot?
It came up.
We weren't not discussing it. It wasn't like something we avoided necessarily.
So why did Derek Hall's absence?
There?
Yeah, was there any role with his absence?
That's a great question. Someone who's better at their job than I would have maybe asked
found that out.
At the press conference. No, I don't think that's the case. And in fact, Derek Hall has been there for all the offseason program. There's been photos of him participating. I've seen him there. So I would be really surprised if that was the issue. But stranger things have happened. So, who knows?
But the first time the media is out for actual practice, but the first time you're actually competing against each other and not just doing training and defensive drills, but the first time, agents have a history of, at times, making their point and trying to make their case in that way. Just kind of curious we didn't hear any follow-up on that, because he did. He talked about some of the other guys not being there, and Emmanuel, personal reasons, and we know with DeMarcus, he's going to have a long runway to get healthy and get right. I was just curious if there was any scuttlebutt about that.
Yeah, the one thing I'd bring up there, though, that seems off to me is I think I would assume the Seahawks want to get a deal done with Derek Hall. I would also assume that it's Derek Hall's representation that's like, well, hold on, let's just bet on ourselves and do what Boye Mafe did last year. So that it would be surprising to me that his group was holding out for a deal, as opposed to the Seahawks being like, come on, get to the table so we can make a deal. So Boye Mafe was in the same situation last year. He attended, participated. It just seems like an anti-Derek Hall and this Seahawks locker room move to hold out in this situation. But, it's a fair question, and I'll try to dig in and find out.
He looked pretty good in that picture of him there. It looked like he was ready to roll. And I'm with you, honestly. We'll get off the Derek Hall thing, but I'm with you. Just the combination of what he brings, the fact that they didn't bring back Mafe, the number of question marks they have after this year in the edge category with a bunch of guys that are kind of year to year right now. He fits what they're trying to do. He's rugged, like Brock. You mentioned that word a lot. Derek Hall is very rugged. He plays that position. Like, get it
and
done.
You don't have protection, to Brian's point. You don't have you're not going to franchise tag him, because that number is extraordinary.
You mentioned news, Brock. We have breaking news. I don't know how big it is, but it is breaking Seahawks news. The Seahawks are acquiring wide receiver Irv Charles from the Jets in exchange for a conditional 7th-round pick. So he's probably going to have to make the team in order for them to give something up here. But it sounds like he's mostly a gunner who's coming back from injury. I don't know what exactly that means other than that they took at least one gunner, maybe two in the draft this year, and now they're adding another one. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I mean, conditional 7th-round pick for who has primarily been a special teams player. This guy had 55 snaps total on offense in his career, so he's not – I think calling him a wide receiver is probably a little bit of a misnomer. He's a special teams player, missed all of last year. The timing of this is curious. The fact that they felt the need to do this is curious. Now, of course, we're in the middle of late May. Not a lot of football stuff may be happening. Maybe we're making too much of this, but it is a surprising thing to see that the Seahawks felt compelled enough to give up anything for a guy coming off of an injury who's only a special teams player. I don't have a good explanation because they lost Tariq Young, but they drafted Emmanuel Henderson who fits that bill. Like they've got some guys, but maybe they don't feel great about some of their players there. And people do forget. They talk about the defense. They talk about the offense. That's special teams, and Jay Harbaugh and what they did was a massive part of how this team won a Super Bowl. So if he wants something, he's probably going to get it.
Yeah, and if you're going to give Irv Charles a chance to make a point and earn a spot, then he's got to be here to practice. Because while it is late May, you only have like 9 of these. Like these reps are pretty valuable reps when so many of them have been taken away in the CBA and training camp and everything else. Hey, we've gone 11 minutes without talking about the first-round running back. What did your eyes see with Jadarian?
Yeah, it was fun to see him mixed in with the rest of the crew. And I was really hoping that Emmanuel Wilson was going to be there because I think he's the forgotten man a little bit in that rotation. And I'm curious how they're going to see that. But it looked to me like they were splitting reps, rotating between George Holani and Jadarian Price with the ones. And yeah, it's great.
Did he stand out? Does his skill set stand out to you? Does it? Oh, okay. Now I see why he was the 32nd pick in the draft. What was it? Eye-popping?
No. I would say no. Is the answer to that question for me. And he is different than their other backs. But I think the thing that's going to take a little bit of time on that, Brock, is the things that make Jadarian Price special and, a first-round pick are not his measurables and not just the eye test. It is his vision, his decisiveness, his ability to find a hole, his contact balance, which is such a scouty phrase. But if you see him pinball off defenders, you see what that looks like in real. But he's a 4.5 40 guy. He's not a Ken Walker 4.3 4. Like he doesn't have some of those, but he's got quick feet, and he made a beautiful 45-yard touchdown catch yesterday. From Drew Lock, and receiving is a part of the game that they're going to have to see from him. So I don't think he jumps off the field when you just watch him.
No.
But I do think that this is a guy that's going to probably prove himself once the install's there.
In the pads. He's a guy that when the pads come on, you actually play football and evaluate football, right? Not just in shorts and T-shirt, I think is kind of the point you're emphasizing.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't want to come across as this guy is not impressive. I just think that if you've watched enough of these situations where you've got the best athletes in the world on the field at the same time, and then you see someone who's like Chris Carson, or you see a Ken Walker, you see someone who's like, whoa, who is that? I don't think Jadarian Price is that kind of player. But if you watch him play enough, and it took me some time, to be totally honest, to see it, you start to see what makes him special. And it is going to take pads, and it is going to take him getting enough reps in that outside zone run scheme.
So he does catch that pass from Drew Lock. I'm told that there was a pick 6 against Sam Darnold. I guess I should ask, do you think there's any chance that somebody other than Sam Darnold is the starter by week 1 of the regular season?
Listen, Mike, I know why you have to ask that question, but that's a crazy
question, bro. Yeah.
That's a crazy question.
It is a crazy question.
I love that you brought that up.
Well, thank you. And if you don't think I'm bringing it up to Mike next Thursday and probably, or maybe next month, you're crazy. Like, obviously, that'll keep coming back. Can I actually ask you about the other quarterback? Yes. Because he is sort of a forgotten man in this whole thing. It was not that long ago. We're all sitting here talking about Jalen Milroe because he's exciting and he's fun. And they wanted to get him. I mean, he's fun enough that they wanted to get him out on the field. So much so they tried it a whole bunch of times early in the year, but it didn't work. And the game sped up on him and he fumbled the ball. Like, it was a mess. What's next for Jalen Milroe? Like, is there a future here in Seattle for him?
Oh, you're asking maybe the wrong or the right guy on that point, because I think this is a huge question for this franchise and a huge question for how they're going to run it forward, as the phrase of the day seems to be. The assumption is, Sam Darnold is your quarterback of the future. You won a Super Bowl with him. Fits great. He's played really well. But I do think there's a question. And if I've looked back at the teams that are spending more than 10% of their cap on the quarterback position, it is rough. It is still a hard thing to do to field a Super Bowl team when you spend that much money. And I think there's only a few quarterbacks that really, truly qualify. And the Seahawks are going to have a decision to make after this season about whether Sam's one of those guys. And the other part of that equation is Jalen Milroe, who will have been developed for multiple years in this system. And they will have a potential decision point to make. Are they going to Aaron Rodgers him with Jordan Love? Like, are they going to make a decision like that? I think everyone assumes that's a crazy question to ask. I don't. And I, as someone who saw Jalen Milroe in Mobile, Alabama at the Senior Bowl, look like a non-quarterback, look like he doesn't belong in the NFL, and then to see him go from rookie minicamp and develop over training camp last year to where I thought this guy was going to like clearly make an impact on the season. I still believe there's a lot to be excited about with this guy. And did it show up yesterday? Not so much. There was one run that he had. I think Seahawks posted that where he got to show his athleticism. I'm less interested in that. I think that's just part of the game, Mm-hmm. I want to see him process. I want to see him be accurate. And I saw a lot of that last year in training camp. Did not see it in the preseason games and certainly did not see it in the regular season games. And Mike, I think as well as I do, it wasn't about him being fun. Mike McDonald doesn't make decisions based on what's fun. They see what kind of athlete he is and how he can potentially add to this team. It didn't work out. I don't think at all that's going to dissuade them from relooking at that this year and seeing if he can be part of this offense in some way, shape, or form.
Good, because that's fun.
Is golfing with Salk fun?
That's super fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, you weren't asking me. Sorry.
It's funny. You'd think Salk would be. I would think he would be a super intense golfer.
No.
Like getting very angry when things don't go well. He's so laid back. Like Brady Henderson is the intense golfer. Between the two.
Well, because he's better at it. That's because he's better at it. Like, there's an element of like he's actually hoping to accomplish something as opposed to just enjoy. Like, I actually used to be probably more angry and intense, and now I've sort of embraced the suck. So it's like, well, it's not going to get that much better than this. Like, whatever. Yeah.
Brock, we're going to have to get you out there at some point. And I mean, it was great to see Salky pull out the driver finally. So, not hybrid in off the tee box every time.
Didn't play great that day. Played better the next time out.
Hey, do you have any feel yet for this new offensive coordinator? Because I think he's going to be an emerging and very large story this season.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, how can he not? He's the biggest question mark, I think, in this team. I don't think I can think of anything that comes close. And I asked Mike McDonald yesterday a question about play calling, because he had said during the Brian Fleury press conference earlier when he was hired, I think play calling's overrated. And I asked him, like, well, why? Why do you think that it's overrated?
Hey, I actually have that sound. You want me to play it? Because the answer is fascinating. I didn't know that came from you, but I had that on my list of things to get into a little bit later. Let me play it. This was Mike McDonald's answer to your question.
It's a team effort. We talked about it a little bit today in the team meeting, but if you want to be decisive in some of those situations, you got to do your homework and you got to have a lot of preparation. So do the necessary preparation to be in those situations. And it's my responsibility to design periods in an off season and a training camp where we can have those type of exposures, so we can get that experience and have those conversations, much like we did last year with Clint. And so we can always put our best foot forward. But there's a lot of people that are contributing to designing calls and when, and the feedback that's kind of the feedback loop that happens from play to play. Brian will have his own twist on how he calls it, and as we expect him to, we want to make it unique to him.
You know what stood out to me about that? I didn't ask him about Brian Fleury. I asked him about why he thinks play calling's overrated. He then took that and spent a lot of time talking about his accountability for creating situations and opportunities for Brian Fleury to test his play calling, and how it's going to be Justin Outen as run game coordinator and Jake Peets as pass game coordinator that are designing and sequencing a lot of this stuff and putting him in situations where he can make definitive, declarative play calls. To be totally honest, I don't think he answered why it's overrated. I think he actually answered the opposite about why it's so important that he wants to build an entire structure around getting Brian Fleury prepared.
Yeah, I guess what I would hear there is, it's a good point. I think what I hear there, though, is not that play calling is overrated, but that putting it all on one new guy might be overrated. I think that's what he's trying to say. Obviously, a play call is pretty important. I don't think he's trying to say that's over. I think he's saying, like, look, this guy's going to come into a system with a lot of people that already understand it. And it fits with a lot of what Mike often does, which is spreading out a lot of the credit and just trying to help people understand that this isn't just one person. John does the same thing. They're not just sitting there by themselves in their office being like, all right, let's run this, let's do this, let's do that. They really do have a team of people doing it. But I do think it's interesting that he's got to set up time and situations to help the guy grow. I thought that's actually, I had it on my list to talk about because I thought it was a pretty good look just into what the real job of a head coach is in these days.
Yeah, and I think that's a window into the old perception, not even old, like the old reality that you had these play callers, very strong ones, and they ran the whole show. And they didn't really want input, like Bill Walsh and Mike Martz and Coach Holmgren. Like, they wanted some, but it was their show, and this is a different structure. The run game coordinator, pass game coordinator, they're an enormous part of putting the whole structure and plan together. And now it's speeding this guy up who's never done it. And that's my thing, Brian. Like, there is a learning curve. Play calling, we know it is hyper important in how you sequence and the right call versus the right defense and at the right moment and how you do that well. So, yeah, it's going to be fun through training camp. I'm sure there's going to be periods that are not scripted. A lot of this is scripted. Hey, man, we want to do this. We want to have this personnel grouping. We want to get this formation. We want to do these things. And then I'm going to imagine with a first-timer, because this is usually how it happens, like, hey, unscripted, here we go. And we just go back and forth, so you could have some of that experience before week number one.
I think that's a great point. And the interesting thing there, Brock, is if you think about it, Mike Macdonald has to be probably best of breed in this type of situation, because he's probably going to lose. If things go well, he's going to keep losing offensive coordinators. Like, that's probably he's already been 2 through 2 seasons, 3 through 3 seasons. This is going to be something he's going to have to get really good at. And it seems like he's got confidence that what worked last year with Clint can work this year with Mr. Fleury. And to answer your question from a while ago, no, I don't have a good feel for him at this point. Like, I don't know how you could. I don't know that he has a good feel for himself at this point. Like, he's going to have the trial by fire. And there's a lot of reps that are going to be needed. And man, anybody who's coached at any level, taking all that information in, making those decisions in real time with a play clock running, all that information going on.
I know he crushed the whiteboard. I can say that.
Thing to watch.
Brian, I can say that confidently. I know he crushed the whiteboard. I know in the interview process, it was pretty overwhelming to everybody in the room. That his years under Kyle and his understanding of situational ball and the level and the depth and the detail was pretty overwhelming, because there were strong in-house candidates, a number of them. And to go this route, there's a confidence that Mike has, and his judgment in these situations has been pretty strong once he moved on from Mr. Grubb.
Cool stuff, Brian. Thank you. Remember, you can find him at all Hawk Blogger channels on YouTube and .com and Twitter and everywhere else that you like to get your sports content, and often right here on these very airwaves. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. And a quick plug. I rebuilt HB Ticks from scratch. New version of it's up there. If you want to sell Seahawks tickets to Seahawks fans, it's free. I get nothing from it. A good way to make sure we protect the home field advantage for the Seahawks.
Great stuff from our friend Brian Nemhauser, Hawk Blogger, and you can always find his stuff and love when he comes on our show. All right, up next, I'm updating the numbers, and they look better and better. It's next on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates. Exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Sebastian's shoulder injury was dramatic.
I was snowboarding down a really steep hill. I hit a tree and went straight through it and came out the other side and had torn my shoulder up.
And the pain?
The pain level was probably at a 9 and the shock level was at about a 15.
I can imagine. It even affected the simplest things.
Couldn't even put the seatbelt on in my car.
Instead of surgery, he went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for Stem Cell Therapy, the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures.
It's way better. I got much better mobility. It doesn't ache as much.
Do you recommend it to people who may be considering surgery?
Absolutely. I got a lot of faith in the way that the science is developing around it, and why not heal your body with your own body?
So whether it's a hip like I had or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, before choosing surgery, go see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now, or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
I started Davis Law Group in 1994 to fight for the underdog. And as our team has grown, we've stayed true to that mission. Today, Davis Law Group is known for providing excellent service and even better results. Visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com to get your free book on car accident law.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get his freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
All right, I got an update for you, Brock. Got an update.
Yep.
Since whatever happened with Julio and Randy.
Oh.
And by the way, not everyone believes it, but we'll get to that. 27 runs in 31 innings since Julio was late to the plate for his at-bat. 27 runs in 31 innings since Julio was late to the plate for his at-bat. Are those two things connected? I don't have any idea. They've outscored their opponents 27-7 during that stretch. They've made a total of one blunder, one error, compared to 4 for their opponents. By the way, the A's, man, did they allow a lot of runs in this series that they should not have allowed. Unearned or we need like an extra category.
Correct.
For like not unearned, but not fully earned. Like, what? Don't we need another category?
Yes.
For like when you didn't turn the double play. It's not an unearned run.
Do you know what?
Boy, are they runs after
is?
preventable runs.
You know what that feels like? It's as confusing as offsides in hockey. Where like 4 minutes later they can go back and see on the goal. Oh well, on the goal. Like what? So much just happened. I don't know when did that happen and why didn't you stop it immediately?
Well, they messed up on the way. I mean, it's just a review, but yeah, I get it. It's more like delayed offsides, but sure. Anyway,
took advantage.
They took advantage. They out-hit them. They out-pitched them. They played cleaner.
Out-defensed them.
They did all of those things. It's a pretty good recipe. So, again, I don't know whether
at that moment, someone tweeted me and said, why is Salk focused on that moment? There's some that believe it was when Luis threw his jacket.
That
it was the winds of change.
Yes, that it stirred everything up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that all of a sudden that was the release valve in the dugout.
Follow the Moskwa down to Gorky Park.
Right down to
Gorky Park. Yeah, listening to the winds of change, of course. Yeah.
Got that, Lyle? Gosh, I'm going to miss
what
Lyle.
now? Sure. What?
I'm going to miss who? I'm going to miss Lyle. I'm going to miss that look right there.
That look of utter confusion. What? What? The who?
The same look I see when I walk the pass and the Gopher Prairie, the prairie dogs pop up. That's that same look. Do you know that song? You know that lyric?
Yeah, no.
I'm going to miss you. And you are going to eat a full donut today.
No, we'll see.
No, you're going to eat a full donut. I bring factory donuts, and you're going to eat.
I mean, that was when I saw the real look of fear, when you brought donuts and we told him he had to eat one.
Yeah, we're going to bully him into eating a full donut, and he had a near heart attack in the other room. Anyway, not everyone believes that moment was a turning point. Not everyone believes in the moment. Yesterday, Wyman and Bob were asked about it.
Saying he's not aware of it, but he just knows something happened.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, Mike might have a source, somebody that said.
Well, he says he had somebody tell him he was off base. Okay, maybe it wasn't that, but something happened.
Or maybe
based on what?
Maybe Mike made it up in his own mind.
I think he just convinced himself there was an interaction there, and the offense changed after that.
Well, and he said something about the sixth inning. Is that the one that we were talking about yesterday, where Randy didn't turn and run? And it went off, it bounced off. He kind of was just backpedaling, and then, and Angie pointed it out. And, you know, like I was saying, you know, I don't know about playing left field in Major League Baseball, but like I remember coaches saying, hey, you got a point to get to. You have to flip your hips and turn and run. And it was like Randy was kind of halfway in between. And it was the one that I screamed out and the whole neighborhood heard the F word. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It would be encouraging to me if that were true.
Yeah.
Just because I think maybe Randy needs to hear that. And, you know, if it came from Julio, I don't know. I guess I look at it and go, I kind of hope that happened. Maybe Mike's wrong. But I would like to see that.
A lot of twists and turns.
A lot of doubt.
A lot of twists and turns in that minute and a half.
Maura, you used to produce that show. You could tell by Bob's laugh.
Oh,
What does that laugh say?
When Salk told me to go and find it because we'd gotten some texts about it, I was like, Bob's going to immediately say, because you don't have hard evidence of this. I don't know. I don't know if that happened.
It sounds like Bob hadn't actually heard it. I mean, it sounds like he was just sort of guessing based on things he might have heard. I don't know. Like, if you don't know what inning I'm talking about, obviously it would make it hard to believe the story. But Dave's absolutely right. Yes, after Randy had a defensive miscue that Julio had to go pick up the pieces from, they had some sort of a conversation, we think. I don't think that's out of line, knowing that Julio was late for his next at-bat, and Dan said afterwards that he was talking to someone about defense. I don't know if that's like the world's biggest leap, Bob, but I think that it's one that I'm willing to at least think about here on the show. I'm at least willing to have the conversation, and I'm not spitting hard facts.
Just so
You're
you know,
absolutely
as
right.
their former producer, it's not you.
No.
That's just Bob needs he needs to see someone write it down and say that it happened.
I don't have hard evidence. I guess that's on me. Yes. But I will go seeking it out. I'll see what I can find. I don't know how you would get hard. I mean, if Ryan Divish says it later, is that hard evidence?
Yes, that would be good.
But if I say it's not hard evidence,
yes.
Okay. What if Shannon says it? Is that hard? Like, I just want to know what constitutes hard evidence.
Yes.
Oh, you have to see with your own eyes. But they weren't actually there. They weren't in the dugout.
Testimony.
Okay.
It's some of the strongest.
Well, that's going to be hard to get, given that no one else is in the dugout. All right. Well, we'll do the best we can. I'm going to continue to just think that something happened. I don't know what it was. But I do know that since then, the numbers are pretty damn compelling. 27 runs in 31 innings. They've played clean baseball since then. Is it possible that an airing of grievances allowed the pressure valve to be released, and the next thing you know, the team is able to go out and play some good ball? It's possible. We're, as I said that day, and I'll say again, we're not going to know for a few weeks whether or not there's really something there. But they've played the cleanest baseball they've played since then, and they did it at least against an A's team that is good. They're around 500. They've been leading the division throughout the year. They're not the Astros. They're not lowly. They're not horrible. And if it wasn't that, then what was it?
Yeah.
It's entirely possible it was
Sunday,
nothing.
Right? That was 6 innings
That was Sunday.
So that was the final 3 innings. And then the whole winds of change kind of stirred up the next day, right? Lots of emotion. So I don't know. Maybe it's just those things that you do in a baseball season. A third of the way through, you're frustrated. You're not playing well. You do. You air some of that stuff out, and it just kind of takes the edge off. And then some of the role players can do what they did, as Ref Snyder continued to do yesterday. Some of your young guys that are totally ignorant, and I don't even know if Colt Emerson shaves. It sure doesn't look like he has a face that even needs to shave right now. And he's kind of ignorant to it, but he's just free and he's just doing his thing. And I don't know, what did I see, Lyle? 156 WRC plus in his first couple weeks.
That seems pretty good.
As a big leaguer, that
seems pretty good.
Pretty good.
Look, if it wasn't Julio and Randy, whatever happened, that may very well be the case. Just the way it wasn't necessarily the brawl a couple of years ago that sparked them, or things. It's really hard to draw conclusions in this game, probably more than any other, in terms of.
I mean, said it to start the show today. I mean, you walk through this season.
You just don't know.
Does it matter who they play?
No.
I think going into a week ago or a series ago, they were the only team to beat the Braves in a series. They're the only series win over the Braves.
Yeah.
They swept the Cardinals, who were like 6 games over 500, right?
They just have been
and
awful
then they go
against
1-5 to the Royals and, 0-6 versus the Padres. It really does not matter who they play. So,
it's about how they play.
Exactly.
And what jumped out to me about the last 3.5 games is they've played clean.
They have, and they've also played some really good defense. I mean, those things are synonymous. But Victor Robles is diving in right field.
Absolutely.
Luke Raley and Dom Canzone, and those guys can't do that.
The at-bats were better. Their defense was better, as you just said. It just felt like their head was in the game in a way that it hasn't been. Now, it's helped that they haven't had to play a lot of close late games.
Nope.
They haven't had to make a lot of difficult decisions late, and, that could blow up in your face one way or another. They've won these games early and then just been able to kind of, put it behind them.
Keep the pressure on them.
But hey, whatever it takes to play clean baseball, and Randy's a mercurial figure. I don't know how else to say it. He is a mercurial figure. Lyle, you'll have to look that word up. Use a dictionary or Google or whatever you want. He is. He's a bit of a mystery. There's a lot of positive, and there's always been a lot of question mark that comes with that positive. I don't think it's a huge stretch to wonder whether or not something has been going on there, given what we saw. I mean, I know we don't have every detail from the WBC. Not everyone. We don't have, eyewitnesses at the scene of every conversation at the WBC. But I don't feel like it was a huge leap to suggest that something happened there. And I don't think it's a huge leap to suggest that something happened on Sunday as well.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, windows can be one of the best investments you can make to add value to your home. At Dunn Lumber, we have designated Milgard window specialists who have been trained by Milgard to best serve your needs. If you need help finding the right windows for your home, come by one of our 4 Dunn Lumber window showrooms. Or reach out to me personally, Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Dunn Lumber, building success together.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, add 1 line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Listen every day to the Bump and Stacy Show for headline rewrites. Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services. Security systems and fire alarms for every business. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, baseball, man. I know that I've gotten grief at times for saying it's just baseball, but it is. Baseball will take you to a place where you think it'll never change, and then it does entirely, big time. Mariners, after a real miserable start to this road trip, absolutely roar through Sacramento. They leave with the sweep, a complete and thorough sweep, too. They were the better team almost every moment of that series. They win it 9-2, 4-1, and yesterday 9-1. All three games were over early. Ref Snyder with a huge home run yesterday to get him started, and then Julio putting on the finishing touch.
Medina set. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and destroyed. Left center field. It is going to go. Sail away. Julio. 3-run home run. It's all Mariners now. 9-0 over the A's. An exclamation point in the series against the A's. Julio, a 3-run blast. You got to love that.
That was a loud home run.
Yes.
You could hear that one pretty clearly. I didn't have any trouble hearing it. So they did it with the offense. They did it with the defense as well.
Logan steps into the 1-2. Swung on, little jam shot, right field. Robles racing in. He goes to a dive, and he makes another tremendous catch. Victor Robles is having a day, a defensive wizard in right field. He robs the A's of another hit. Unreal.
Big time. You kind of feel, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, kind of feel like when lots more of these pieces are together and playing the way they're capable of, like they do have a little margin. And when the other team makes a mistake, you capitalize. And, Victor out in right field's a difference maker. JP made a nice play, a couple of his better plays, frankly, the last couple days at shortstop as well. And, oh, by the way, Logan Gilbert, you realize that 3 of his last 4 starts have been shutout starts? 6-inning shutout, 5 2/3, a little burp against San Diego, and kind of a funky inning, 6-inning shutout before that. He's kind of putting it
kind of starting to put it together. Well, he's also hitting 98 yesterday, which he said was important.
It's not all about that, but I like to see that. I've been trying to get there, honestly, and felt like I've been throwing the ball well at times, just didn't quite have that velo, but to see it today, honestly, like answered prayers. I feel like that's a big thing. I think God's timing's perfect. And secondly, Trent Blank, I think he's helped me out a ton. Rhett, Woody, we've actually talked about it recently, and then to go out there and see it today, I think, it's not always going to be like that, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I would think everyone will. Mariners come home now in first place, still 1 game below 500. Day off today, 6-game homestand against the very good Diamondbacks and the very bad Mets.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, so what do we make of Ian Rappaport yesterday? Speaking of questioning sources, Ian Rappaport was, I'll just let you hear it on the Seahawks sale.
Yeah, let me give you that real quick. Here's my understanding of the potential sale of the Seahawks. The market, I'm told, has been robust, and the way it is trending will not be surprised at all. There's a special meeting among NFL owners this coming August. Could have a new Seahawks owner before the season. If all goes perfectly well, could eclipse $10 billion. So ever since Seth Wickersham reported that the market was softer than they thought, things have really picked up steam. New owner potentially coming soon for Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shefty was right next to him there. I don't know if you saw the actual video of it.
No.
But the 2 ESPN insiders, Ian Rappaport and Schefter, right next to each other.
What'd Schefter do?
He was pretty straight-faced.
Okay.
Do you hear people call out or name?
Not often.
No.
No, not often.
And
be real careful calling out Seth Wickersham. He's a pretty good reporter with a much better track record than Ian Rappaport.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm sure that it is pink. I'm sure that what does soft really mean, right? I mean, if it sells for $9.5 billion instead of 10, was it a soft market? I guess. I guess you could say after that it was.
Or was somebody waiting until, hey, pencil's down?
Right.
You know what? I'm not going to show my cards right now.
Could be.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't really care how much the Seahawks get sold for.
I don't care.
I care who buys it.
Exactly.
I really care who it's going to be and what their vision is. But for the life of me, why do I care if it goes for $9.5 or $10 billion?
It's one of those things you don't think about until it's talked about, and then when you do, you're like, it's going to really suck without the Allens.
Well, sure. That part, yes.
It really is. It's going to, and this is a little more personal. Damon worked for him. I knew. Played for him and worked for him and just been around that situation, and you're just, going to be reminded that.
Or maybe it'll be great. Maybe the next owner will have a true vision, and we sort of laughed off the idea of a new stadium, but maybe they do end up building a new stadium, and it's got a retractable roof, and it does bring in the Super Bowl and other major events, and it's an awesome thing for Seattle. I'm curious who it is. For the life of me, I could give a you-know-what about how much it's for.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Now, that's not always true for everybody. There were some commissioners who all joined Pat McAfee separately yesterday. Wow. I gotta say, man, what an impressive guest list. Everyone but Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Everyone but Goodell. Manfred, Silver, Bettman, WNBA, MLS, UFC, everybody over the course of the day, other than Roger, joining Pat McAfee. Manfred probably said the most. He was asked about, the upcoming negotiations. What are the big issues?
The second thing is the RSNs. The RSNs were a huge boost for us, those local broadcasts from a revenue perspective for years and years. Obviously, with the cord cutting that's gone on, that model has kind of started to fray and fall apart around the edges. And, we need to make sure that we find a way to deliver our local games to our fans in a way that's easy for them to find, affordable, and discoverable. Discoverable is a huge issue.
You can just see his entire plan starting to take shape. His other big deal was competitive balance. Mm-hmm. All of this together, to me, is just salary cap, salary cap, salary cap. That is going to be the push. I've been saying this for a while. I don't have any hard sources on it, but this is just sort of using some brain and trying to figure out what's happening. Yeah. Logic. And it just tells me that this is going to be a huge fight. And in a world where the owners see that their biggest revenue stream has dried up, they're going to go, and the salaries have not gone down, they are going to fight like hell on this one.
Yeah. Is there any differentiation in the salaries of the different teams? Or did he bring that up?
He did talk through that. Yes.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. He did mention. I have some of that sound. I played some of it earlier. Adam Silver, meanwhile, is pretending something is AI. I don't know if it's really AI, but...
And I think where, just like, you're a tennis fan and they have what they call Hawkeye, and it's like the animation, and you quickly see, where the line was and the oohs and ahs of the crowd. It touched the line, it was out of bounds. We're going to move to a system like that where that whole category of calls will be automatic, where, it's going to be, Laker ball, Nick ball, whatever.
Yeah, Adam, we know it's always going to be either Laker ball or Nick ball. No kidding. No kidding.
See, the challenge with the NBA with that, though, is it's not ball in, ball out.
Right, it's your foot and who touched it. Yeah, whatever. I'm sure they got to figure it out. That league's usually on it. That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show.
Well, he did it. He ate half the maple bar.
I know. How you feeling, Lyle?
I think I have to skip my PB&J now today.
Now, Maura took some video of you eating the maple bar. What happens if, your gym friends see that?
I mean, nothing.
They kick you out of the club?
I would hope I don't go to that kind of gym.
Right. Yeah. What kind of gym what do you have gym friends, people that you I don't mean people that that you go to the gym with, but people that you give a little head nod to now every day when you see them at the gym.
I mean, sure, there's some people in the gym I'll say hey to or talk to, but it's nothing no close friends, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of was Haley's, I think, her 3rd birthday, her Elmo party, where she dug her face in the Elmo cake and came up. It was that was really good. And when he ate his first bite of the maple bar, and you asked him, how was it? That's really good.
Yeah, it turns out that a lot of sugar tastes really, really good. Lyle just doesn't eat it very often. All right, speaking of things that were really good, Bump and Stacy, great interview yesterday with a Seahawk player, and there's 2 or 3 things from it, Brock, that sparked some conversation. I'd like to get into it with you next on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Highlights don't win games. The full box score does. I'm Brock Heward, and most business leaders aren't short on data. They're short on clarity. Numbers are scattered across ERP, CRMs, and spreadsheets, making decisions reactive instead of confident. And that's not how great businesses are built. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view, even if it lives in disconnected systems or offline, so you can see what's really happening and act faster. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to see what Marquee IQ can do.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Adventure in the 26 Tacoma TRD Sport, leasing at $399 a month with $1,000 TFS cash. Earn $3,000 in customer cash on the Tundra, leasing at $469 a month, and the 4Runner at $369 a month. All leases, 36 months, $39.99 due at signing. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
Eric
Rick Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
A shot to center field. Julio is there, and Julio makes the catch!
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house, even when there's not an actual seat, because you're in the T-Mobile pen.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
The pen isn't just the perfect space to hang with your whole crew. It's where you can see Julio defend the no-fly zone 1 minute and watch Senor Smoke get ready for his big entrance the next.
Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Sure, the pen is standing room only, but with a team this exciting, who wants to be sitting down? Mariners baseball. Try this up.
90s weekend is on deck at T-Mobile Park. The fun gets started tomorrow with an epic 90s-themed fireworks night presented by T-Mobile. Then it's back-to-back giveaways with Julio Rodriguez sleeveless jerseys Saturday and Ken Griffey Jr. pins Sunday, both presented by KeyBank. Get your tickets at Mariners.com. That's Mariners.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Celebrate America's 250th with our limited edition O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner. 2 for $8 at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax relief advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, Brock. Julian Love is about as, I mean, he's about as communicative as anybody you're going to find in sports. Seriously. Like, he is just as...
He's quarterback of that defense.
I mean, how could he not be? I mean, he's such a clear communicator, and you love hearing from him because he's got such a, I think, just a great perspective on what's happening. Bump and Stacy were lucky enough to have him on yesterday with them. Number one show during their time slot here in Seattle. Kudos to those guys. And I love this interview. There's a ton of stuff in here I really like. Going back to the Super Bowl is pretty great. So I'll play you the best. I think this was the best part. So he's telling a story about the draft. Did you hear this? Oh, you're going to love this. Listen to Julian Love. He's trying to feed the baby and watch the draft, and he gets more and more upset.
But the whole team, like, we embody it. I know Mike embodies it. Like, he gets mad, too, when people talk about us that way. When we just climbed and reached the pinnacle, I was watching the draft a little bit. I don't tune in too much. But I saw, when the Rams picked that quarterback, and one of the commentators, I'm just kind of, might have been feeding the baby or something, and he said, yeah, this is a great situation for him. He's going to arguably the best team last year. And I looked at my wife, I'm like, what did he just say?
Looked at your baby. Are you hearing this?
I'm burping him. I'm just, wait, what? What do you mean arguable? Like, that's just the crazy mindset and just like how people write us off so quick. There's no arguable in sports. It's either you won it all or you didn't, and we won it all.
What a great line. There's no arguable in sports. I mean, there is. That's why we have sports radio. But
don't tell the Cavs coach that. They're playing Game 5 tonight. Right. Expected score outcomes.
There's no arguable in sports. You either won or you lost, and we won.
Yep.
What a great answer.
Bottom line.
And I love it. It's not sort of the, chip on your shoulder, everybody doubted us. It's not all that.
Disrespected.
It's still, we did not care. It's like, I watched it. It was like, we won. I watched it out. I was there. I know we won. I don't care about arguable.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Isn't that great?
Pretty good stuff.
And then he went on to say that he's perfectly willing to keep talking, what about this.
You can always ask me about last year because I'm going to talk my I
Fantastic.
feel like somebody needs to. I know you are, and so I will.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, you do get a sense of, like, if Mike McDonald's were to rank, and all 70 are his kids, he's never going to rank his kids, just like you don't, Salk, right? Or your pets or anything like that.
I mean, I do. I mean, it's a fluid ranking.
Yes.
It moves up and down.
Yeah, you and Deion Sanders. So you're the
I
one
absolutely rank my kids and my dog.
But I think if you were to ask Mike in a kind of quiet moment, like, just who is the most, I don't want to say valuable, right? Because there's other guys that have to do a little bit more, and the value of Leonard and the Sam Darnold, and right? But as far as that good old-fashioned Brock and Salk irreplaceable.
Well, do you remember I remember him talking last year about he's like, we need to get Julian out there, like, now.
Yes.
Like, he just the communication.
Yeah, and it's not even like the X's and O's or the full play, or because the guys that stepped in did a great job, and Ty Okada didn't miss a beat much. But it's all that. It's all the rest of
It's funny you say that because I don't even think the next piece of sound I'm going to play, but you could not have set it up better. If you were looking for some sort of an alley-oop, this would have been the perfect toss right to the rim. All you got to do is jam it home because Julian says who Mike McDonald's favorite player is, and it's not him.
Spoon is like the prototype for who we want in the building. Mike is opposite from Spoon. But there's not a person on the team he loves more than Spoon, because Spoon will tell him exactly. He talks to him exactly the same way he'll talk to me, or like talk to the guys in the locker room. He is himself, but he works hard. He shows up on time. He's accountable. He's a pro, and like that combo is rare in this league.
I mean, it's funny that you bring up the idea of having a favorite player, since Mike pretty well said, or Julian says that Mike's got a favorite player, and it's Spoon.
Voice multiplier versus force multiplier.
Yeah,
honestly. Julian is the voice multiplier. He takes Mike's message, he takes their ethos, and it kind of runs through him to the rest of the team on the field and in practice. And when the pads go on, Spoon is the force multiplier. His electricity, it gets everybody going. And I don't know if it was because Bump and Stacy are the number one show in the market in their time slot, that there was a video yesterday that popped up on my timeline, and it was Spoon's coming out party his rookie year. It was Monday Night Football. It was Troy Aikman. It was the comparison to Deion Sanders. And just watching that 1:20 video, I'll shoot it to you, and you can take a look at it during break, because it was a refresher of, oh, goodness gracious, this guy is violent. I mean, he hits like he's a middle linebacker.
Right.
He covers like he's a corner. He has instincts off the edge like he's a nickel blitzer. Like he's a force multiplier, but Julian is absolutely, to me, the force multiplier.
The biggest thing I take away from that piece of sound and that comment from Julian Love, they're going to work out a deal for Devin Witherspoon. Like, I know it's a conversation of how is it going to get done and for how much, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to get done. Like, when Mike McDonald has a favorite player, he's not going to go somewhere else. Like, they're going to sign Devin Witherspoon.
I mean, is there a chance his agent's just really good at this and really kind of stern? I mean, didn't he not sign his rookie deal until way into the summer?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and this agency has Christian Gonzalez. And,
right. So they're always.
But also Jackson Smith and Jigba, right?
Yeah, but hold on a second. What else? Oh, Hard Knocks is coming.
Right.
Oh, maybe we want to.
Sign it during Hard Knocks and make. Yeah. All of those things are true. Whatever the noise may be leading up to it, Devin Witherspoon will be a Seahawk for a long time to come.
Yeah.
I don't find it believable that Mike McDonald is going to allow anyone to let him leave here.
An interesting side note, because they do have the same agent. Christian Gonzalez is not in Patriots OTs.
Oh.
Well, maybe he's not Mike Vrabel's favorite.
Maybe not.
I wonder who is Mike Vrabel's favorite. Probably hard to figure out. All right, one more here from Julian Love, who was asked about the offensive coordinators changing. Brock, is that going to be a big deal?
Obviously, coordinators change, but really that was Mike. I think when his first year, he really wanted to be that. We just didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
He wanted to impose your will in the run game. You want to talk about getting him fired up? Forget defense. Talk about the run game on offense and how he wants us to play. Doesn't matter who's out there. Matters how they're doing it.
So I had a little insight there, don't you think?
I think so. And
we wanted to do it his first year. We just weren't good enough to do it.
Yeah.
And we knew that. And Ryan Grubb wasn't the right person
Mm-hmm.
to do it. It just was mismatched. But last year,
yeah,
they wanted to impose their will. They wanted to be a complete team, right? And they did.
Yep. I think Hochberger made a good point, too. And this was one of the reasons, when Mike McDonald was hired, the only negative to it is, well, if you're the head coach like Clint Kubiak, an offense coordinator, you don't have to keep turning that position over and over and over and over again. There's some stability. But if you're a defensive-minded head coach and you got a really good offense coordinator and you find a lot of success, what's going to happen? They're going to leave, and they're going to leave, and they're going to leave. So you better have a really good, deep process and plan to how you're going to navigate that and fill that. And I thought that was a pretty astute point by Brian yesterday. And even, Mike's kind of quote talking about it's not one guy. It's a whole team aspect.
Well, let me go back to the Mike quote from the day before, because I played that for Brian yesterday. And I think that it is pretty telling. No, he's not saying play calling is over. I think that's right. Brian said the question was, which I didn't know, why would you say that the play calling is over? I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying that the change of one person is maybe overrated.
It's a team effort. We talked about it a little bit today in the team meeting, but if you want to be decisive in some of those situations, you got to do your homework and you got to have a lot of preparation. So do the necessary preparation to be in those situations. And it's my responsibility to design periods in an off season and a training camp where we can have those type of exposures, so we can get that experience and have those conversations, much like we did last year with Clint. And so we can always put our best foot forward. But there's a lot of people that are contributing to designing calls and when, and the feedback that's kind of the feedback loop that happens from play to play. Brian will have his own twist on how he calls it, and as we expect him to, we want to make it unique to him.
But I think what you get from the Julian portion of it is, all right, all that may be true, and it's a new person calling. At the end of the day, Mike McDonald wants to run the damn ball.
Yeah.
And he wants them to play a physical, impose your will kind of game. And when he has the opportunity to choose the coordinator, which he did, unlike Ryan Grubb, which was sort of marriage thrown together of convenience, he's going to take somebody who's going to do what he wants him to do.
What do they call that at the end? The communication loop? And there is a loop, and the head coach is on it, right? And the number of decisions he's going to make with, is it a red light? Is it a green light? Is it a yellow light? And all that information that he is constantly ahead of all the time with all those calls. You're communicating with your line coach. You're communicating with your pass game and run game coordinator, right? There is quite a communication loop. And as Mike said, hey, do these OTAs matter? Yeah, they matter a lot, because I got to use these 9 practices, which are like as many practices as I get before the first preseason game. I got to use these 9 to try to create those situations, try to create that communication loop, try to put us in those situations, try to put us in third downs, in a red zone, in a situational ball. And right, that this guy is going to be the first time at the control. He's going to be the first time with the actual green dot or the communication. He's been in their communication loop in San Francisco, right? He's been their run game coordinator. And now he just gets elevated to the top spot.
It's still the big question. I mean, like, it's still a very fair
There's
question.
an art. And when you got McVay and Shanahan, who are two of the best at doing it, at sequencing
Kubiak had done it before. I mean, he was
Yes,
not
he
a
had.
rookie at doing it. And there's no doubt that is the biggest question, but that doesn't mean it can't be answered in the affirmative, right? I mean, that's why you call them questions, not weaknesses. And I think people do tend to confuse those two. I think sometimes we hear, well, what's the biggest question about the Seahawks? Well, their offensive coordinator. Well, that's not saying he's a weakness. It's just saying we don't know yet. And it could go in, we don't know what directions yet. He might end up being better than Kubiak. When all is said and done one day, Brian, this guy may end up being, the offensive Bill Belichick. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But it's a question because last year that was very much set in stone. You knew what you had.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of experience that was walking in.
And it was a question starting the year last year. By the end of the year, we knew what it was, but Kubiak was a question.
Was Sam Darnold a question last year?
A bit of one. Yeah, you could ask a question. You could. If you wanted to ask a question about Sam, you could. You didn't have to, but you could. You could.
And it wasn't a weakness.
Yeah.
I'm just asking the question.
It's just question. Right. There's a difference between a question and a weakness. Yeah.
That's a crazy question.
That's crazy. Well, sometimes sometimes the questions
This is a crazy question.
All right. That's really unnecessary. I don't know why you would have to play that just now. It really feels unnecessary.
By the way, how is the batch of Here's the Thing, Maura? Did the people kind of...
Are they ready for Lyle?
Did they rise up and deliver?
Pretty good. Yeah,
They're
we got a
pretty
few.
good. Pretty good.
All right. Well, that didn't sound... Again, Maura, you make it sound like...
It was a short week. We didn't have like an overwhelming amount, but there's some good ones in there.
Okay.
All right. So quality over quantity.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fair. We'll go quality over quantity. That sounds pretty good. Let's do some Blue 88.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can. Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Oh, this is good. 360 says, duh, Salk. We know who Vrabel favors. It's that reporter. Oh, good. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I hear he had to address that yesterday for the first time.
Kind of.
How'd it go?
This says, it's 206, says Julian Love and Chenna were at the Storm game last night, and Julian's looking really good. Cool.
Nice.
There was a bunch of Torrent players there last night as well, I saw. Kind of the place where the Storm didn't play very well, though.
Well, we tried to chat with somebody.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Brock, former Coug, Gardner Minshew, still very popular in this area for good reason.
Yep.
How has he exceeded everyone's expectations as a pro?
Yeah.
Because nobody thought he was going to be here as long as he's been.
He didn't think he was going to be. At that door, remember the Gardner Minshew story, and it was really cool. That season, I got to do a few of their big games and got to be around that team a fair amount, and as it caught fire, he was done. He was going to go coach. He'd been to multiple colleges. He'd been to the junior college, and I'm just going to go into the coaching world. Mike Lee said, "No, why don't you come up here to Pullman?" And from there, this has become like a decade-long love affair in the NFL, largely as a backup. But when you hear him talk, there is a smart as a fox. He plays this, I'm going to live in my RV. I'm going to
Sly like a fox? Crazy like a fox?
Crazy and smart like a fox.
All right, here we go.
Man, I don't know. In a weird way, like the air raid back in college, because this is the reason this does so well is it thrives off complementary looks and simplicity with the illusion of complexity through motions, similar formations. We really don't do a ton off each look, but just...
Rest in peace, did not love to do formations and shifts and motions and all of that. Like, he just kind of lined up and said, I don't even care if you know it's coming. You still can't stop it because we rep it so much. They have, and you saw this with the Seahawks last year. You see it with the Rams. You see it with the Niners. Like, hey, man, these are our base stuff, and now we got to find really innovative ways and have that illusion of complexity And what were the Niners last year when Fleury was run game coordinator? 76% motions and shifts. That's 3 out of 4. It's an anomaly if they just line up. And maybe the ones they don't are goal line and short yardage.
Right,
or
exactly.
Some of those
yeah.
third and extra longs or whatever.
Or 2-minute drill where you don't have time.
That's right. So base down stuff, it's probably higher than 76%.
It's probably closer to 100%.
Illusion of complexity.
Don't you think 25% of plays might be in the category of 2-minute drill, goal line, and what did you say what the other one was?
Short yardage, or
I mean,
even third and extra long or something. Yeah. Yep.
I bet it's close to 100% when it's not in those.
So, do we have my buzzer yet for when I talk about my coaching?
No.
We had I have an assistant. I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing.
We're just going to start talking over you.
That we have an assistant tight end coach now that the head coach brought in for me. So, yeah, I'm reading between the lines.
Sure.
But this fella was an old. Wow, thank you.
Wow,
that's really loud.
Yeah. Jeez.
Old NFL lineman, right? And I ran him in the hallway before our first little freshman orientation. He's like, "So we're West Coast, right? We run the West Coast system." I'm like, not really. He's like, "Well, that's what Coach told me. That's what I ran." You know, Shanahan played. Yeah, like he was in it with the 80s, 90s Broncos. We were running the West Coast. Like, I'm like, well, we do a little bit of that, but then we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And so I finally I gave him my playbook. He's swimming. He's like, he stood next to me the other morning. He's like, I don't know football. Like, I don't even know what this is. I'm like, I'm going to give you the playbook because I was in the same boat a year ago. And trust me, there's an illusion of complexity in what we do as well.
Good stuff. All right, question number 2. My buddy Albert Breer is hanging on to the idea of a Myles Garrett trade possibility. I'm with him. Yes. I still think it's such an awkward fit with what's going on in Cleveland, where he hasn't even talked to the head coach. No. Is there a way the Seahawks could be the team that trades for Myles Garrett? Say yes.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple things.
Say yes.
Is there?
Say yes.
Yeah, I think that yes.
Thank you.
They have the draft capital next year. They have right now a ton of cap space that you'd have to inherit.
Okay.
And if you read Breer's piece, it was a little complex, and these contracts always are, of when does this count and how much do you absorb. But Cleveland was fairly intentional, and this was Albert's point more than anything. Like, if you just read between the lines a little bit of the way they structured, like, his next bonus and pushed it out, it was to protect them that if they do trade, instead of giving them that bonus before June 1st, and they have to absorb all of it, you know, we'll let the next team do that. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to kind of keep that on the table. He's not been present. He's not happy. The Browns are not going to win now. So, yeah, you put those pieces together. Who's a team that could use him? Who's a team that's got draft capital? Who's a team that's got cap space? That eliminates about 2/3 of the team in the league. And the Seahawks kind of, right now, pre-Spoon contract, can check all those boxes.
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Miles?
Yeah.
No.
What other Garrett? Jason Garrett? Huh?
Uh-huh. Leaf Garrett, I think. Question number 3. To the Huskies, Brock, we got kickoff times announced for the football schedule for at least the month of September. What stood out?
Yeah, it's about as good as it could possibly be. And I frankly kind of liked the news yesterday. The Apple Cup, what was the Apple Cup when the teams were in the same league, is going to be played standalone, Salk, on Sunday, September 6th.
Sunday?
NBC prime, not prime time, in the afternoon. 1 p.m. kick on Sunday before the NFL gets going. That's the one weekend before the NFL
Labor
gets
Day
going.
weekend.
Yes. So they're going to play that.
So Sunday is almost kind of like a Saturday.
That's right.
Labor Day weekend.
That's right. And they're going to play it at 1 o'clock, which is something that the old bloods over there on Montlake absolutely love. The following week, Utah State is also a 12:30 game. Right, this is some of these years, these Portland States and these have been at 7 o'clock, 7:30. They don't like those late kicks over there. So a 1 o'clock standalone NBC Labor Day weekend against Washington State, a 12:30 against Utah State, and even Eastern is a 4 o'clock Pacific time start over there. So sunshine in September, playing afternoon games. That's what everybody wants over there. That's what this year everybody gets.
All right. That is today's Blue 88, where everyone gets what they want every day. Get an opportunity to hear Brock talking football and doing just a great job with it. Of course.
Illusion of complexity.
Uh-huh.
What am I even watching? What is
Poor
this?
guy.
Is this a game of football? What am I looking at? I'm like, it will slow down. We throw kind of fire hose, and there is a lot of what looks like perceived complexity, but you'll figure it out. We'll get to it.
Yeah, not everyone is on board with I don't know, we got a text on the Miles Garrett. No, Salk, you're a walking contradiction. Don't give up everything for a 30-year-old that costs $40 million.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good 30-year-old. He's a pretty good 30-year-old still. I think, honestly, and I've said this before, I think he would be so good here. I know he's really good anywhere. But can you imagine how Mike would use that?
Miles?
Yeah. Miles? Yeah. I'd use him just fine. And he would be an absolute terror for the rest of the league if he were here. He'd just be so happy. All right, Brock, we're saying goodbye to Lyle all this week. Tomorrow's his final day as he heads off to pursue other ventures. But he will be either cheersed or, I don't know, roasted. And here's the thing next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SHAF.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get his freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Matt Marcus. Sorry about just Mike.
Heward, not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
206 says illusion of complexity. That's how Salk frames every point he's ever made. Taking a simple idea and trying to make it seem incredibly deep and unique. That's fair. I'll own that one. I will own that one. That's fair. That's a good one. Yeah. Trying to make the simple seem complex. Yep. I can understand that.
Wouldn't you say our buddy Lyle does some of that too, or is he just?
I don't know if I would say that. No, I don't think that's the way I would describe Lyle. But we'll see what the people have to say. They've been leaving us messages through the Seattle Sports app. It's called "Here's the Thing."
Brock Heward doesn't just hate one kid.
I am so disappointed in Michael Salk.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're mindless. Love you, bye.
It's time for Brock and Salk's Here's the Thing.
Okay, here's the thing.
Not so much the illusion of complexity for Lyle. More the refusal of complexity.
I think it's more the illusion of simplicity.
No,
I like that one.
Yes.
I would say just refusing to think about anything complex. I'm not thinking about that. Sounds hard. I'm out.
Here's the thing. Hey, Salk, love your show.
Thanks.
With respect to the youth sports conversation from last week, I think you totally missed the opportunity to tie that to the prisoner's dilemma, which of course would be a topic of edification for Lyle, but that's beside the point. Anyway, love your show. Go easy on Lyle. I do love that guy.
That one's not common knowledge, right?
Prisoner's dilemma?
Yeah.
No, that's like college knowledge.
Lyle, are you a crier?
No. I mean, not really.
No kidding. You don't say. To be fair, most, what are you, 28?
Yeah.
Most 28-year-old dudes aren't like big criers.
When's the last time you had a good cry? Like Jimmy Valvano.
Good cry?
Like Jimmy Valvano. You don't really live a day without, if I don't laugh, if I don't cry. Like, when was the last time you just had a good cry?
I don't know. It doesn't happen very often.
Okay. All right.
When we won the state title, which, by the way, was exactly 10 years ago today.
Wow.
Kind of wild.
Wow. Congrats.
Congrats. Big day.
All
right. Let me get back to this here. Hold on. Let me get back to this. It's Chris.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've been listening to your guys' segment talking about three-sport athletes. I teach and coach varsity soccer in a rural community in Okanagan County where, our school has maybe 350 to 400 kids total. And if it wasn't for those three-sport athletes, we wouldn't have athletics in our small communities. We get the football player that doesn't specialize, but he plays football, does basketball, plays soccer, or we get those baseball kids with the strong arms that go out and play a quarterback for us, or whatever it is. We have to rely on those three sports, and the club specializations, club soccer, club volleyball. If you only do that, it kills our athletic program. So that's just 2 cents from a small town guy. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Love your show.
Right, where you don't have all of the options. Makes sense.
I love me some Okanagan. Just saying Okanagan.
It's fun to say.
Doesn't it kind of put you in a good mood? Just say Okanagan. Where are you going? I'm heading up to the Okanagan.
That's where Lyle's going when he leaves tomorrow. He's heading straight to the Okanagan.
I love the Okanagan.
Here's the thing. First of all, thank you for taking the time to produce an engaging show. I just spent 2 days in New York City and listened to their local radio for a couple hours and probably heard 5 minutes of interesting radio. Secondly, you all make a difference. In 2012, I submitted a question for the Pete Carroll Show and won tickets to a San Francisco 49er game and got to see Vernon Davis cut in half by Cam Chancellor with my 7-year-old son. He is now going to Syracuse University to get his master's in sports broadcasting and digital media. And thirdly, Lyle, best of luck to you. Really have enjoyed you on the show. The only time I was slightly concerned about you is when you didn't know what an adjective or an adverb was, but really a big fan of Marine Layer and will continue to support you and be a fan of yours. So best of luck to you. Thanks all.
That was really nice.
That was nice.
That was nice.
Shout out Newhouse. I guess his kid's going to Newhouse.
Yeah. You didn't want to go there?
I don't know if I toured there or not, funny enough.
If I could get in there.
Well, maybe that's part of it, too.
I was just wondering. You think there would have been value to going there?
Not more than going to ASU, to be honest.
Okay.
I run a nursing home, and I had a thought after Salk was explaining to Lyle that a Cooper is somebody who makes barrels. Someday, many years from now, Lyle's going to be sitting in a nursing home with all sorts of random facts coming to mind and no filter. And everybody's going to be looking at him as the person with all the knowledge. It could happen.
Wow.
I think it's sweet that you think he takes in any of what we tell him.
Right.
I think he actively rejects it, gives it back to us.
I was gonna. If he hadn't said, I would have asked Lyle. Do you remember what a person who makes barrels is called? Cooper.
I'll be sitting there one day with all these people. They'll be looking at me toward knowledge. It's like, I remember back in 2025 and game 1 of an ALDS, and George Kirby faced Kerry Carpenter, and Kerry Carpenter hit a homer.
Yeah, Lyle's
it wasn't Spire. It was
let me
George
explain
Kirby.
what XFIP means. You're getting it wrong. That's just FIP.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, Lyle, in my experience, in a group of people, only the strongest are the ones who can take being dunked on, insulted, and ridiculed. That means being made fun of all the time. Only the strongest can endure that type of punishment. Lyle, I salute you, buddy. Good luck.
Well, that was nice.
Backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one.
A little
bit.
Here's the thing.
Well,
any feedback from mom and dad, your brother, about your competition this week with the 5th graders?
Oh, again, my brother thought you guys were total hypocrites for debunking all the new school music.
Okay.
Who thought that?
My brother, who loves Queen.
And what about your parents? What do they think?
Yeah.
The same thing. They're like, my parents are Cornell grads, and my mom didn't know a bunch of the ridiculous stuff you guys were asking.
Here's the thing. Who quits first? Brock having to play pickup basketball with Angel Reese, Kyle Seager, and Rosarina? Salk having to golf with Aaron Rodgers, Bruce Arians, and Geno Smith? Or Lyle reading a book? We know it wouldn't be Mara. If she's produced this show this whole time, she can handle anything.
All right, so that's a really good question.
That is a good
Brock's playing pickup with Angel Reese, Randy Rosarena, and Kyle Seager. Seager won't talk to him. Randy.
Make eye contact.
Randy's off in his own world, and Brock despises Angel Reese.
Oh.
Okay. Who am I with? Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers, Geno Smith, and Bruce Arians.
I would show up. I'd try to make good. I'd try.
Do you think Bruce Arians puts paint in his Gatorade container to drink during timeouts when he's getting thirsty?
But Lyle reading a book, he's already pretty much told us that's no-go.
Right. I think we both last longer than Lyle trying to read a book, especially if the book didn't have any pictures.
That's probably
the
right.
Thing. Like, Lyle, bro, like, you can't leave. Like, what are you doing? When you're on the air, like, I feel seen. I feel like I have representation, man. And you can't ruin that for me. Like, without you, it's just going to be these two, I don't know what they're called. They made, like, last millennium, this long TikTok about these horrible giant lizards eating people in a park. I don't know. But that's what Brock and Salk are. They're just these monster lizards. And listen, bet this show is going to be terrible now that there's no willfully ignorant houseplant to offset the aggressively ignorant cactus that is Salk. Just bet, bro.
Bet.
The bets in there were good.
Bet. That's Titus's go-to.
Bet.
On text. Hey, you gonna be back for dinner? Bet. Hey, I was bet. What? No cap. That's what he says. Bet.
Bet.
Yep.
All
right. We got one more?
We do. Let's see what Danny's got. He's made a song for you, Lyle, to say goodbye.
Here's the thing.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Lyle. How do I say goodbye to what we had? We'll all miss your Gen Z laissez-faire attitude towards everything. In fact, you probably didn't know who actually sings this song.
Nope.
But that's okay. Hey, remember when I saw you on the street doing your podcast? That was pretty dope. I remember interrupting it, though. My bad. Sorry, bro. But the listeners and I know this isn't forever, so I'll make a PB&J in your honor, knowing full well it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Wow, there we go. Thanks, Danny.
Special.
That was something.
Yeah.
You feel loved?
I did meet Danny once. He was super nice.
You know what I could say about Danny pretty confidently?
What's that?
He's got a better voice than Howdy.
Whoa.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, legit. I'm not even taking a shot. Like, he's just got a better voice. That dude can actually sing. He's like that intern we had who did the song about Aaron Loop and Franklin Gutierrez.
Yeah.
That thing was pretty awesome.
Lyle, you feel loved? Your heart full?
Yeah, it was very, very nice of people. There was some definitely layers to some of those, but
What
it
were
was
you
nice.
expecting?
Nothing else.
A willfully ignorant houseplant.
And you're the aggressively ignorant cactus.
Well, true.
And I'm a lizard.
I've never said anything different. I've never claimed to be anything but that. All right. Thank you. You can leave messages for next week by going to the Seattle Sports app. Click the call-in button, and then you can leave us a message for Here's the Thing. Ryan Divish will say his goodbye to Lyle in 20 minutes. That ought to be good. Right after everything you need to know. Next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at washingtonaccidentbooks.com.
Start having fun.
Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
Ooh. For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Go electric and go smart. The 26BZ with 0% financing for 72 months, plus up to $5,000 in loyalty cash. Or the Prius plug-in hybrid leasing at $399 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Or finance at 1.99% APR. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Listen every morning to Brock and Salk for Need to Know, powered by Marquee Data. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to learn more.
Mariners and Diamondbacks tomorrow at T-Mobile. 7:10 first pitch. Pre-game at 6. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TrimFireRadio.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Baseball and the twists and turns of each season, heck, each game, each player. Good luck trying to predict ball, man. It is just all over the map. Mariners looked to be heading very rapidly in the wrong direction just a few days ago. Since then, they dominated the now Sacramento A's. 9-2, 4-1, 9-1. I mean, just a complete and total butt-whooping. And, of course, the guy to lead it yesterday was the guy that most fans wanted run out of town.
Springs, and the sunshine comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, blasted, left field. It is high, it is deep, it is gone! Rob Refsnyder, 3-run home run, and the Mariners are off to the races. 3-0 lead in the first, thanks to Rob Refsnyder.
Yeah, another, an error in this case. And for both a mental and physical error on McNeil in that case, right?
Yep.
He has all he's got to do is go to second base. They're out of the inning, and who knows what happens in that game yesterday. Instead, he takes a weird turn, decides to throw it over the first baseman's head, and Refsnyder made him pay.
Well, it was the first game, right, with the bobble on the double play that then led to a crooked number and 6 runs. Kind of set the table. And
that middle infield man did not do them any favors. Meanwhile, Refsnyder has started to turn it around a little bit. And listen to this. I didn't know that he was dealing with something. It's probably not that surprising.
No, I honestly give a lot of credit to our medical staff, led by KT, doctors. I think just keeping some guys on the field, keeping me on the field. My knee's been not feeling great, so credit to hitting staff trying to figure out mechanically how to get me into some positions I need to get to. With my knee just not feeling that great. Without KT, the medical team, Kevin, a lot of us wouldn't be able to play every day or get ready to play.
Is that the way to handle things? Once you've started to perform, is that when you go back and say, I was dealing with something?
Maybe. Kind of always better when it's somebody else, but maybe. And now, a little bit of a conundrum, right? Because the A's flipped their whole rotation around. Oh, these guys can't hit lefties, can't hit lefties, can't hit lefties.
Score 13 runs in 2 games.
Start to hit lefties, now what?
Yeah.
I think that was a little message, and I tweeted after the game that is the first time all season long. They've had other good series wins and even series sweeps down, Houston, 4 game, whatever. But that was the first time it was a totally connected, complete effort.
Totally agree.
Pitching, defense, hitting, and I think a reminder to the A's and a reminder to the American League that, oh, that's right. When that team up in the Northwest puts it together, they're a World Series.
Well, and that's why everyone was kept saying, they're still the favorite in the AL West, partially because the division's bad, and partly because they have a lot of talent, and you see what it looks like when it comes together. They just need it to come together a little bit more often. They come back in first place, day off today, and then a 6-game homestand against the Diamondbacks and Mets.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Speaking of the Mets, our guy Jorge Polanco working himself back. He had Achilles. He had all sorts of injuries.
Right.
Pretty funny viral video of him yesterday trying to ABS in a AA game.
Oh.
And the umpire's like,
we're going to do that, Eric.
What? I want to challenge that call.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we don't.
That's not how that works.
not a AA.
That's really funny.
That's not a.
Ian Rappaport challenging Seth Wickersham.
Yeah, let me give you that real quick. Here's my understanding of the potential sale of the Seahawks. The market, I'm told, has been robust, and the way it is trending will not be surprised at all. There's a special meeting among NFL owners this coming August. Could have a new Seahawks owner before the season. If all goes perfectly well, could eclipse $10 billion. So ever since Seth Wickersham reported that the market was softer than they thought, things have really picked up steam. New owner potentially coming soon for Seattle.
Just using that number, $10 billion, okay? Just out of curiosity, I just saw this story today. I assume it's true, but I saw it online, so who the hell knows? Caesars Entertainment just agreed to be sold.
Okay.
How much did Caesars sell for if the Seahawks are going to go for $10 billion?
Like of the Roman Empire, Caesar?
Caesar's Palace and the entire Caesar's company.
Oof. Huh. I mean, no idea.
$6 billion. Isn't that crazy? I mean, like, with that property and they own others as well, and their national gambling book, like everything they have, $6 billion. Not that that's nothing, but $6 billion. Yeah. And we got people here being like, "Oh, there's no interest in the Seahawks. They're only going to sell for $9." Okay, you have an agenda?
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Ridiculous. The commissioners were all on the McAfee show yesterday. Rob Manfred asked about
let me hear the one on money.
Yeah, so what is the biggest problem in the negotiations, the biggest sticking point?
I'd point to two things, Pat. I think the first is, everything we've done, the rule changes, ABS, we made those changes based on fan input, fan polling. We pay a lot of attention to what our fans are saying. The one thing that they're the biggest on right now is the lack of competitive balance in the game. And I think that's going to be the cornerstone issue of the negotiations with the MLBPA. From our perspective, we think if we can improve our competitive balance, we're going to grow the game in a way that will be beneficial to everybody, players, owners, the whole group.
Competitive balance.
Yes. Instead of playing that 41 seconds, it should have just been a loop of Rob Manfred saying salary cap, salary cap, salary cap, salary cap, because everything he said to McAfee was all about that. That's everything you need to know. 15:15 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. Salary cap, salary cap, salary cap. I mean, this is going to be war, man, at the end of the year.
You really do feel that, huh?
I have felt it for a long time. I hope I'm wrong, believe me, but I really do think that this is going to be an all-out drag him out. Again, his other big thing was the RSNs, which was the money-making machine for Major League Baseball for decades.
We know when we've had these conversations about the CBA and the negotiations with the NFL and the NFLPA, one of your big blowbacks is like open up your books.
Right.
Open up your books.
Right.
Do you feel like the owners in this case will open up their books?
No.
Okay.
I don't ever feel like owners are going to open up their books, but I mean, should they? Probably. But you don't need to open up your books to know that the RSN money has gone away. I mean, you don't need to see the evidence of that. I think we all know the RSN money has gone away. And I really believe that baseball's not going to stand for rising salaries while their biggest money-making source goes away. They're just not. Yep. And
it didn't go away for everybody. That's the other challenge when you talk about competitive balance.
Eventually, it will go away for those teams, too, when their gigantic deals end up expiring, but that might be a decade down the road. But, yeah, in the meantime, you got a competitive balance, or at the very least a salary differential. It's not perfect. I mean, again, the Mets stink. They've spent more money than anybody, and they're awful. So it's not like it guarantees anything. Yep. I've been as big a proponent of that conversation as anybody. But I just think that's the direction it's going.
How is Divish off of 4 days rest?
That's a good question.
Kind of curious.
You think he's...
I got a text at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Asking about video, so he's been up.
Oh, wow.
He's ready to go.
Asking about Vegas?
About if we wanted to do video.
Are we?
Oh, sometimes we think it's a little early for him, but he's been up for a while now.
I thought it was about Vegas, which would have been fun, too. All right, Divish next on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and if you've thought about GLP-1 injections for weight loss, you know you got to ask some questions first, right? You ready to spend $3,000 to $5,000 a year? You ready to stay on that medication long term just to maintain? Yeah, a lot of the prescription weight loss injections require weekly shots, and when you stop taking the medication, then the weight comes right back. Yeah, most people don't realize research shows a significant portion of the weight loss can come from muscle, which slows down your metabolism and makes keeping the weight off even harder. That's why I talk about Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Totally different approach. It's a doctor-developed program that helps men and women lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 60 days without injections, without synthetic hormones, and with no long-term dependence. It's all real food that you buy at the grocery store. Go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com and keep that weight off for good. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Pet owners and parents know the struggle. Every time dogs or kids go outside, they track mud right back in. If you're tired of scrubbing floors, you need Muddy Mat, the anti-mud mat that cleans paws and shoes before they ruin your home. Only Muddy Mat features thousands of ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary mats, instantly trapping dirt and water to protect your floors. Put it by every door, under pet bowls, in the kitchen for spills. It even makes a perfect bath mat. And it's 100% machine washable, so cleanup is effortless.
Since getting Muddy Mat, I don't worry about what my dog gets into. His paws are clean the second he steps off.
No more mopping. I love it. Thank you, Muddy Mat. Right now, get a free medium Muddy Mat with your order of 2 or more mats at buymuddymat.com. This offer is only available at buymuddymat.com. That's BUYMUDDYMAT.com. Don't wait. Get your free Muddy Mat today at buymuddymat.com.
Hey, it's John Curley with my friend Bob Stelton. And Bob, just like me, you had a hip problem. You were recommended surgery. Why did you go see Dr. Wagner first?
I was walking around at about an 8 pain level. I couldn't walk that far before the pain would kick in, and it was impacting my workouts and just really impacting my day-to-day stuff.
So you had stem cell on your hip. How does it feel now?
I can do a lot of things I could not do prior to this procedure, and I feel like I've gotten back to being who I was prior to the injuries, which was somebody who's very active, loves being out there outside when the weather's great, being on the motorcycle, sparring in jiu-jitsu, working out. I can do all of those things now. And I've had friends that have gone to see Dr. Wagner. They had the same experience, whether they were dealing with a hip, a knee, an elbow, a shoulder. Everybody walking out of there feels like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Before you choose surgery, do what Bob and I did. Go see Dr. Mark Wagner first. drmarkwagnermd.com. drmarkwagnermd.com.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community, not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and owning your own deck is a great way to enjoy it. But finding the right decking solution can be overwhelming. That's why all 9 of our Puget Sound locations offer decking showrooms so you can get your hands and toes on the more than 60 decking options we carry. So if you have any questions about building, maintaining, or repairing your deck, contact me personally. Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Trex decking products on sale now through May 31st at Dunn Lumber.
Rick Riz here for the Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington's Improve Your Play program. Many of our local youth sports teams need help with field enhancements, training, and equipment. Local Pella owners Keith Dashafy and Luke Wilson are stepping up to donate $5,000 to 2 deserving teams. We need your help finding them. Head to seattlesports.com/play to nominate a deserving team in need. Let's help our local youth improve their play this year with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Contest and rules at seattlesports.com/play.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add 1 line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
How perfect to have Ryan Divish, Seattle Times Mariner beat reporter, with us the day that Lyle is saying goodbye. Well, tomorrow Lyle's saying goodbye, but what perfect timing. Ryan?
Oh, birds chirping in the background.
Wow, things look nice where you are. Wow, what a world you live in.
Yeah, I'm in scenic Montana. I'm going to the state track meet tomorrow in Billings, so I had to fly back for state track. If the stepdaughter wins a couple gold medals like she's supposed to, then I have to wear a Montana State University track shirt.
We saw her working out. We saw her doing some of that running down at spring training, right?
She's kind of crazy. She'd fit in well with Brock's Valor Christian type of kids, you know, where they're all they're all kind of dragos in training and stuff like that. So
it's Drago. Okay.
What do you want to say to Lyle today? As Lyle says goodbye to us tomorrow, I was going to wait till the end for this, but we might as well get it out of the way.
Yep.
How would you like to say farewell to Lyle Goldstein today?
Oh man, I was thinking about this. I think about Lyle more than I should, and that's really sad to say. But when I'm writing sometimes and I'll use a word, like I remember somebody asked me about using the word amenable or nadir. And then when, you always do it too. So then I think, well, would Lyle know this? And then I was saying to myself, well, does it matter? He's not reading. Unless YouTube is suddenly reading my stories to him, he's not reading what I write.
Right, that's true.
So
that's a good point.
I mean, so I don't, and I will challenge you on your West Wing knowledge, but every time I think of that, it's like the episode when they're writing the inaugural speech
just watch that.
After the MS, and they're talking about torpor.
Yep.
And they're arguing about whether people understand what the word torpor means. And like Bartlett comes in and says, well,
means,
yeah. And he goes, yeah.
Then they can look it up.
But Bartlett storms in and goes, yeah, they can look it up, and so, but Lyle wouldn't look up the meaning of torpor either. So, although he has extreme torpor when it comes to learning.
It's not a word people hear well. I think the people listening will hear just fine. So good. That show's so well written.
I mean, like, honestly, and I was always going to save this story, but we were at spring training one time and Lyle came walking by and Rizzy goes, those are some short shorts. You could tell if that kid's circumcised or not. And I about had a heart attack.
Do we need to drop that?
No.
I think it's okay. But maybe, I don't know.
No, leave it. Just leave it.
I think everything's fine.
It was the single greatest moment that Rick Riz has ever had in his entire life. I
I'm surprised Rick didn't retire after that. He's like, all right, boys.
Drop them out.
I'm out.
Drop the headset and go.
All right. Well, let's
transition from that.
Nope, not even going to try. Ryan, how would you characterize this last Mariner road trip?
Well, I got the barbecue in Kansas City and all the enjoyable parts of the trip, but Adam got all the wins and the quality baseball.
Seriously.
I have never seen a team that can go from awful baseball to quality baseball that fast. It's like instantaneous because that Sunday game, and I cut them up pretty good in that Sunday game. That Sunday game typified all that was wrong with the Mariners this season. Bad defensively, kind of bad decision-making, kind of mental mistakes in the field. Oh, and then they didn't really hit until later when they got to the bullpen. And I just felt like it was just kind of all the signs of what's made this team so inconsistent. And then they go to Oakland, and it was just like a different team. They're making plays in the field. They played clean. They hit early. I thought they worked better at bats than they did before. I just liked everything about how they played. And like, some of the guys that you need to get going got going a little bit. And I can't figure this team out. And to me, like, you look at it now, what they did this weekend, with a little push, I don't see them ever going back. They should stay in the lead and hold the lead for the rest of the season and continue to add on. And I heard Goldsmith kind of jokingly say that they should be 10 games up in the division the next time they play the A's in August. And that's not an unreasonable prediction if you look at what we've seen from the rest of the division this year.
Do you have any idea? Salk has surmised a little bit, and you just said it yourself. Like, I don't know why and how they go back from playing horrible baseball to great baseball and all of this. But, Salk kind of pointed to maybe that incident in the dugout with Julio and Randy, where Julio was extremely late. Dan said to you all afterwards that he was having a defensive conversation after a little lapse by Randy. Did you make anything of that at the time? And could it play any role in just letting out some steam?
It might have. I asked, we went and talked to Julio right away. And what was interesting is Julio was talking to Wu quite a bit right before we went to talk to him. They were having a pretty extensive conversation. And I think maybe he was explaining some stuff to Wu, what was going on in the outfield, what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that maybe he was talking to Randy about, cleaning it up. But I think there may have been some discussion on whether that was catchable, how Randy went about it. And maybe he was talking to other people about it. I do know that when we were in Minnesota earlier this year, Randy got on Julio for taking a ball from him, and Julio fired back pretty extensively, probably saying, hey, look, I never know when you're going to be there or not. I never know if you're going to back up or not. I don't even know if you know where you're going to be there or not. So I'm just going to go get everything, and you just get everything from left field to the line. And now with Cole Emerson at third base or shortstop, he gets everything in front of you. I mean, Randy has like a 7-foot box that he has to make catches in, and it's still going to be interesting. But I think to me, that's the bigger thing is like Julio's saying like, look, this is kind of my team, my outfield. I'm going to do it my way because I'm the best outfielder out there. And I think that's important. And I do think what we'll see too, Julio can be freed up to go to the left center gap more because Victor's in right field. When Victor's in right field, that changes the math and how they do that. Like a lot of their defensive issues, I think sometimes come from the fact that because of their limitations on how they want to do stuff, they have to be super aggressive to shifting and to like true readouts of where players are going to be. And that can put them in bad positions in terms of like if they go off the page or off the scouting report and hit something the other way or something, then guys have to go get it. So I think you add Victor back to the outfield, you add Colt Emerson to the defense, you just got a whole lot more athletic on the field defensively, and you should see improvement.
27 runs in 31 innings since that, though. I mean, it's really crazy. Like, I can't tell you that was look, as you just said, we don't even really know what happened. But that is a pretty astounding number. 27 runs in 31 innings. They've outscored their opponents 27-7 since, and they've played clean. They haven't made mistakes since, and that to me has been the biggest thing. Like, teams will hit, and then they won't hit, and fine, whatever. But to your initial point of this team going from good to bad to good to bad to good again, it's just how clean they've played over the last 3.5 games that's jumped out to me.
Yeah, and I think, I think they just when they just hit just a little bit too. There's that, and like Scott Service said this, and I've always believed in it too because I never really noticed it. But when you hit, you have energy because you're running the bases. When this team gets a little offense or just gets some base runners going early, it's just a different vibe. Because I think also when they have struggled this much, especially against lefties, you get down 2 or 3 innings. Oh no, we haven't scored a run, we haven't done anything. Then you start to press a little bit. Whereas if they can just play relaxed and play up to their talent, they're pretty good. And to me, really, it's always just been just go play, just keep playing. At some point, if you play and you kind of perform and you prepare enough, your talent will always kind of come out. And that's what they always did. Remember, every year we've had this catastrophe where you're writing them off. The one year it was when they lost 4-5 to the Angels, and then they had that huge bounce back. Then it was where everybody thought Scott was going to get fired. They go to Oakland, win 3, then they have the fight in Anaheim. Last year it was, George Kirby imploding in Tampa, and then they go and take 2 or 3 from the Braves. Like, I think, and those guys all times just said, we just have to keep playing, keep preparing. I think that's part of it. When you have talent, you just have to kind of keep playing. Don't do anything drastic. Don't make any big moves, and just kind of keep playing until you're forced to make the move. But I also think there's been a lot more distractions like this year. You have Cal being out, kind of the, in and out of him, Donovan's injuries, you're dealing with the piggyback. So much of the stuff that we were writing about, even the spring training with the Randy stuff, like so much of it felt so much like the Boston Red Sox.
Noisy.
I mean, Mike, this.
Yeah, it did. It does.
Boston loves the drama.
Mm-hmm.
They love the drama. They love the clubhouse. They love the decision-making drama more than, like the field stuff. Like when you cover the Red Sox and you're around them, that's what they're writing about. And it felt like we were writing about a lot of stuff that wasn't on the field. But, that leaks into performance at times as well. And, like with the piggyback, the thing I've noticed, and I'm sure you remember this, Salk, too, is like when Robbie Cano came back from his suspension and they tried to piece it together and play D all over the place and move Robbie around, and they were trying to appease everybody while also sending a message like, hey, we don't like what happened with Robbie. And it just got totally out of whack. And then, you got D. Gordon fighting Gene Segura in the clubhouse. I don't think that's going to happen with Bryce and Luis, but I felt like they should have over-communicated in this whole process. Over-communicated. Every little detail that they were going to do, every ounce of thinking that they were going to do, every inning, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it. And not losing sight of the fact that the ultimate goal is still to win the game. So somebody's feelings could be hurt for one game, but you won the game. And I think that's what Dan struggled with in that initial one.
Yep.
And I think that's what they have to kind of go for, because that's Dan's whole ethos, right? Win the game that night.
Yep.
And he went away from that in that game against the White Sox, trying to appease a pitch count and something nebulous. When you just win the game in front of you, then we'll figure it out after that.
Yes. I mean, I think that's all very, very, very well said. I would add to it, not just over communicate with the players, but over communicate with the fans and the media and everybody else, so that we would truly understand it. I think Jerry coming out later in Adam Jude's story and saying
it's not ideal.
This isn't ideal.
Not ideal.
Because I think without that conversation, or without him saying that, it sounds a whole lot more like, hey, we think we've got a plan that's smarter than everybody else's, and so we're going to try to implement this, as opposed to, hey, look, we're kind of out of options. We've got 6 good pitchers, and this is the best thing we can come up with because we really don't know how else to maximize it. I think that is a much easier thing for fans to wrap their heads around, and I wish that had been communicated a little bit better also.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, from my standpoint, I wish the communication was better. Going back, like when they initially did that, Dan told us that Bryce was going to start and Luis was going to start. They were going to go to a 6-man, but he didn't say a whole lot. So then we went to Jerry, and Jerry told us all about the piggyback before they'd, I think, even told the players. So it's like, that's the one thing I think Dan sometimes lacks, is the level of communication towards the plan that they're trying to do, the philosophy that they have. And I mean, I think that grows with time. Scott wasn't great at it when he was first started, but he got better. And I think he understood too. And we had this long conversation, and it was a little heated, but he got mad at me one time and says, why do you ask questions you know the answers to? And I snapped back and I said, I know the answers to every one of the questions I asked. I said, I'm asking you because I can't write it. I need you to say it, and then we had this talk. I was like, yeah, I mean, just because we're ultimately trying to, we're writing something, but we need them to say it. We can know it, but it matters more if they say it or if they explain it. I often tell people, I write my game stories based on the people who went to the game, not the people who didn't, because I'm trying to provide the why to what they see, but we don't always get the why right now. And maybe that gets better with Dan or not. I mean, we never still even got an answer on why they went to Bizarro instead of Munoz in the ALCS. Really, a true, real answer.
What birds are those chirping? And are you in Havre?
Why are they so loud?
I'm in Havre, yeah. Man, I don't know.
Especially loud birds in Montana.
It's beautiful.
What are they feeding
I feel like I'm at Augusta right now, where they have the birds in the background.
No, Augusta Plus. It's phenomenal background. So when you took your sabbatical last year, Ryan, and you coached your baseball team, what was the age of those guys?
15 to 18.
15 to 18. So when you look at Colt Emerson at 20 years of age, doing what he's doing, what stands out?
It's unreal. My stepson will be 19 in September, so he's roughly, 2 years younger than Colt. And Colt is playing at the big league level and excelling and handling it all and not freaking out about everything. And I mean, we knew this, we sit there and wrote how mature this kid was.
Right.
And they had kind of the Haniger to him where he was part robot, part, serious person at all times, cyborg. And you write it and you say it, but this is at spring training. This isn't in the big leagues and how you handle yourself in the big leagues. I mean, he does not give away very many at-bats. There are some times where he looks a little overwhelmed in a bat, but even then, I don't feel like he gives it away. He goes up there with a plan. Sometimes they just out-execute him. He's seeing stuff he's never seen before, and he'll get beat. But even the other day where I thought a lefty really handled him really well, he came back, then he gets hit off of it. He gets a triple.
Yeah.
And I think, this little burst of energy has provided a lot. and I think on this homestand is when we'll see him move to shortstop and JP move to third. But either way, adding him to the bottom of the order, because when they were going early, Cole was at the bottom of the order and putting up big numbers. Now you have Colt down at the bottom. If you can get numbers for them, it makes a whole lot of things easier up at the top. And Julio doing what he's doing right now, people sit there and they're quick to criticize, but it's been pretty quiet on what he's doing and how important he's been to this team, because he's been outstanding in a lot of ways, including like the leadership quotient that you're talking about, because that's another thing. Like, do you think all this stuff that's going on around the piggyback and some of the other stuff, Cal's in Arizona, he's not able to be around the team to help police that, so who's going to do it? Well, it kind of falls on Julio to handle a lot of that.
I think Julio
that's not easy stuff.
Leader. You're in there every day, and we've talked about this before, and I think I've talked about it with you. I always bring up how impressed I am that when things go wrong, all those examples you gave of when the season appears over and everything appears lost, it always seems to be Julio who steps up in those moments and talks to you guys after the game and makes himself available. And I think especially as a young guy, he's now a veteran, but still a young guy. He's only, 25? I always find myself really impressed with the way Julio handles difficult situations. He almost seems, again, from the outside, I'm not in there like you are every day, but he seems to me to be at his best leadership-wise when things are not going as well. That's when he really steps up into it.
Yeah, because sometimes he doesn't really want to talk when he's going well.
Right.
He doesn't want to talk about his swing or stuff. I don't know if he was worried about jinxing it. But, yeah, I think he started to understand. And the one thing about Julio is he watches and pays attention. So, when he was around, he's watching when Cal would have to do it all the time, or, he would have to be spokesman. And Cal learned that from Brock's buddy Seager and from Nelly Cruz and from those guys. They would stand out there and wear it when things weren't going right. So, like the other day when we wanted to talk to him, and I don't even think he had a particularly good game. He goes, "Oh, do I need to talk or be the spokesman?" They're like, yeah, that's kind of what the deal is. And I think he slowly learned it. I think he wasn't comfortable doing that when he was younger, but he is comfortable now. And really, if you think about it, what this team does this year and what these young players do and all these other things, it probably matters more to Cal and Julio than anyone, because they're locked in for years to come. Yep. So how Cole progresses, when Luke Stevenson's at or at spring training and Cal is just on him all the time and talking with him, it matters to them because they know that if they want to be good sustained, then those guys have to be good as well.
Cole, remind you of anybody you've ever covered in your years here in Seattle at this age? And I know there's not been many 20s. When Dustin Ackley came up, I remember sitting here and you and I like, oh, this guy can play, this guy can rake, this guy's bat to ball, this guy da-da-da. And obviously he was a college player, many years older than Emerson. Anybody come to mind?
No, not really, because of the maturity level.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Seager was really mature, but yeah, he was 22 years old when he got here. I'm thinking back to like when Ketel Marte was here and he was up in the big leagues, I think at 21. He was so immature and just like didn't get it. And that's part of the reason why he wasn't here, because they didn't know if he ever would get it. Yeah. Now he got a lot better, but even then, like they still deal with some maturity issues. I've never seen anybody like Colt step in and act like he's a big leaguer from the time that he walked in the clubhouse.
In a good way, too. Yeah. Not in a bad way, in a good way, act like a big leaguer.
No, yeah, exactly. No, yeah. He doesn't have – who was that guy, Clint Frazier from the Yankees, who thought he was a big leaguer? Yeah. I mean, no, like this kid – I think, his dad is a unit. Did you see him on the broadcast? He's a big old dude. Looks like he could be a bartender, or he could be a bouncer at a biker bar that Gabe Spires the bartender at.
Because remember Colt telling us when he was in high school, he was just a little guy.
Right.
He's like, he had to go into the gym and work because he was smaller than everyone else when he was in high school.
Oh.
I think that's part of it, though. Like, part of it is the good base of, like, he wasn't the biggest guy. He wasn't the elite guy. Yeah. And they made him, he was a multi-sport athlete until he was a senior year of high school. Yep. They, like, everything he does, and it's small town too, but I look at how he was brought up and everything that we've heard and talking to his family versus how Jared was brought up and how much different that was. And they were pushed in this one direction. And it was just, it was pass fail or it was succeed or fail all the time. And I don't think that was like that with Colt, and how he talks about his family and them driving him around. He got to be an elite prospect, but he was never that guy all the time where everybody said, even now, like in this group, like Connor Griffin, Kevin McGonigal, that group with Roman Anthony, they're all like projected to be superstars. Nobody's ever sat there and said Colt's going to be a superstar. They said he's going to be a really, really good player that has the potential to be more, but superstardom wasn't like picked for him.
Right.
He's never been, because you look at him, he's 6 foot, 195 pounds, 6'1". He doesn't cut an imposing figure. I think that's part of it. He helps you keep grounded when nobody thinks you're going to be.
Hands are real
nobody
quick,
treats you like a star.
Those hands are real quick. Hey, we only have 1 minute. I could go a lot longer, but we only have a minute. Just because you brought it up made me think about it. We talked a little bit about this the other day. Brian Wu's family sitting with Colt Emerson's family and the hugs exchange there and all of that. It just made me think about the growth of the Mariner family and the Mariner
brand.
Yeah, but not brand, but the what it means to be a Mariner inside that clubhouse and how it's grown since you've started covering this team. Is this the best it's ever been in terms of having a real meaning?
Well, I've said it before, but like the last 3 years, it's the nicest collection of human beings that I've ever been around. So much of what like pro scouts look for is how they treat other people, media, clubbies, staff on the field. These guys are they're the anti-Danny Valencia, the anti-Jesse Winkers, I think bringing guys up from within the system and then keeping them here helps build that. But this is the team. This is their team. Like part of the reason you've talked about it, you and I have had this conversation, part of the reason Dan worked is he gave ownership to the players, and Scott had a hard time letting go of that grip. This is the players' team. It's Cal, it's Julio, it's Brian Wu. Like how vocal has that guy been? Probably one of the best quotes. I mean, that's hard to wrestle that away from Logan Gilbert and Bryce Miller, but like you can feel the ownership and what it means, and that's why they all, a lot of them want to stay here. They want to sign extensions. When I covered the team in 2008, that was my first year traveling. It had Richie Sexton. It had Jeremy Reed, Jose Vidro, Brad Wilkerson, Jared Washburn. They were all angry. None of them wanted to be there. Even the Sean Figgins years, Casey Kochman, Milton Bradley. Well, I could keep going. So that's why anybody ever says this is the worst Mariners lineup I've ever seen, I can say, oh, you have no idea, buddy.
Divish, thank you, as always.
What are we rooting for? What are we running? 100, 200, 400?
100. She's going for the Triple Crown, 100, 200, 400. She has the fastest times in all three. And Brock, Lyle, do you recognize this shirt, Lyle? This is from Varsity Blues. It's a movie you should watch. It's unbelievably campy and stupid, but you should watch it. Three of these guys are dead on my shirt.
A lot of sports movies.
I don't think all the way through. I've seen parts of it when it's been on TV.
All right.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Well, I don't want.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
There we go.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. to James Vanderbeek. Yep. Brock, you should have worn your shirt. I got Brock a Johnny Moxon shirt for Christmas a few years. Maybe
I feel like Brock was more Lance Harbor.
Yes.
Wasn't Brock more Lance Harbor with the injuries and stuff like that? Right. Never had the Lila McGarity.
That's about right. See you, Divish. Thank you. Ryan Divish doing a great job as always with the Seattle Times. We'll be right back on Brock and Salk.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Spring is here, Seattle, and now is the smartest time to replace your roof. Trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing, a local, family-owned company that knows how to roof in Washington weather year-round. Schedule your free estimate today at 3treeroofing.com to take advantage of spring pricing, shorter wait times, and get $500 off your new roof before the summer rush hits. Our experts come to you, build a clear plan, and give you an estimate that same day. No surprises and no high-pressure sales tactics. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
A rising blast. Left field. Grand slam. Rosarena.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a truly elevated experience, you've got to be in a Mariner Suite. A suite is the perfect spot to get your game and celebration on. Birthday, promotion, engagement, company team building that actually team builds. No matter your event, we've got a suite you'll love. Group suites can fit 30 to 400 people for big-time bashes. And private suites offer just that, an upscale experience for more intimate gatherings. All Mariner Suites offer an incredible view of the ballpark, so you can't go wrong. Plus, you and your guests will enjoy premium catering, VIP parking, private Skybridge entry, and more. And season ticket members get 15% off. Reserve your suite today at mariners.com/suites.
Bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
Mariners baseball, Trident's up.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to cars4kids.org. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS. Donation is super easy and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add 1 line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
After years of football and the injuries that go with it, my first thought was always go get surgery. Hey, it's Dave Wyman, but after a consultation with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, my eyes were open to an alternative to surgery, and I'm talking about stem cell therapy. Well, and my buddy and co-host Bob Stelton, also in pain, and decided to go see Dr. Wagner.
I had a hip issue from 14 years of jiu-jitsu.
How's the pain now?
Everything I did before, I can do just as well. Hitting the heavy bag, sparring, rolling, all of that is back in play. This whole thing has been such a pleasant surprise because I really was of the mindset, I'm going to have to go under the knife. I'm going to have to get surgery. And this really saved me from that. I could not be happier with the results.
Whether it's a hip like Bob had, a shoulder, a knee, a wrist, an ankle, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine.
Do it. You will not regret it.
Hey, get the facts, hear from all the patients I've talked to, and schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Give me a freaking auto! From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of manager.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
Hello! You doing okay? You gonna make it through the final hour of the show?
No, I'm actually probably not.
I think you will.
That Rick Rizzer story.
That's pretty
was
good.
So good on Lyle.
Yep. There's a lot in there with Divish, and not just making fun of Lyle or some of the other jabs and shots and everything else you get from Ryan over the course of a 25-minute interview. But I think there's a lot of real conversation in there, and he's right. I mean, this team's ability to U-turn in both directions is really remarkable. And just when you think you know them, they turn around and go the other direction. I mean, he seemed to express some level of hope that what we saw over the last 3.5 games is the real Mariners, and that now some of the whatever is behind them and they can kind of go off and do their thing. It's not like it's too late. I mean, this team they're a game below 500 with 4 months plus left to play. They're perfectly capable of winning 90-plus games this year.
So they did that without 2 of their best players.
Right. I mean, they're perfectly
on
capable.
paper, Cal Raleigh is their best player.
Yep.
Brendan Donovan in the stretches that we saw in the spring and the start of the year, like, my goodness gracious, especially offensively, that guy is a key contributor. As our buddy at MLB Network said, like, he's the icing on the championship cake. Like, that's the kind of move you make. And you did that, and you played all that baseball without him. I think from a baseball perspective, what jumped out to me was his story and just his insight on, you want to maybe know why Julio's defensive numbers have been the struggle they've been, right? It's kind of like a quarterback when he doesn't have protection. It's kind of like quarterback when he doesn't have anybody to throw to. When he's trying to do everything, you kind of do nothing. You're at your worst. And so when you're compensating for right field and you're compensating for left field, that's a problem.
Yep.
And when he doesn't have to do that, and now you don't have to compensate with Colt Emerson's range as well, whether it's at short or third, and right, you just let Randy just occupy that little area.
Yep.
That should
7 square feet.
That should free up the defense.
Yeah, it allows Julio to do his thing. I think it's very true. Like, if Julio knows that he's got to be helping out everyone, it's really hard for him to do all of it. As great as he is,
yes,
you're asking a lot of him, and that does make. I mean, look, it makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Right? I mean, like,
that's
why
not an
would
excuse.
it's an explanation. Why would a guy who has been one of the best defensive players in baseball the entirety of his career all of a sudden not be? And
by
not
the
just
way,
be like a little under, go from like 98th percentile to 2nd percentile.
In important context, you would say because he's hurt, because he can't run.
Right.
That's not the case.
Clearly
His sprint
not.
speed is the best on the
But
team.
obviously you start looking at other factors, because the alternative is he forgot how to play defense. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
So look what's around him, look at the environmental factors, and yeah, I think Ryan's explanation makes some sense. And then you hear a little bit of Julio firing back at Randy, and look, again, I don't know what the heck happened, and Ryan, I think, probably would know a whole lot better than me. And his conversation or retelling some of the conversation of Julio maybe explaining things to other people or
and
whatever.
maybe it wasn't even a Rosarena. It was
Maybe
actually Wu that was probably pissed.
Yeah.
Like, catch the ball, man.
Yep.
Like, I'm doing my job. I have 5 shutout innings.
Yep.
And, yeah, a couple runs come across. We intentionally walk. Salvi gets a hit that maybe Colt Emerson's playing shortstop. He certainly gets in front, but knocks down at least. And then the next ball, like, turn your hips and run, go get it. It goes up
Because it could have had him out of the inning.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a really big play that changes Brian Wu's game by a lot, and it's not an error. So it's not unearned runs. Now they're all getting tacked onto his ERA and all that. And I'm sure, look, Brian Wu wants to get paid. He's a young pitcher who's establishing himself as an ace, and he wants to get paid like it.
I think he wants to win a Cy Young.
All of the above. So, and they want to win.
Yes.
So putting all of those things together, yeah, all right, maybe that makes some even more sense than Julio just getting on Randy. Maybe it's Julio having to explain to Brian Wu and keep Brian Wu from getting on Randy. Whatever. I mean, like, I never claimed to have the whole story here, just that something clearly happened. I know you got to have, like, hard visual evidence. Hopefully Ryan telling some of the story will give other people an opportunity to just think that maybe it's possible that something went down. And then again, Julio didn't show up 10 minutes late for an at-bat for no reason.
Right.
Because that doesn't make any more sense than Julio going from a good to bad defender overnight.
Yep.
Julio doesn't just show up for his at-bat, not just a little late, like really, really, like later than I've ever seen. That doesn't just happen. And then the fact that since then, I've given you the numbers a bunch of times today, but the team has scored 27 runs in 31 innings since. It's baseball, so there could be no connection whatsoever, but it sure feels like a pretty impressive number.
So go back to our Julian Love, Devin Witherspoon conversation.
Mm-hmm.
There was some of that sound that Julian played and him saying, Spoon is McDonald's favorite. Let's not kid yourself. Like, he just loves them.
Yep.
And I use that term of a voice multiplier versus a force multiplier. Voice multiplier, Cal Raleigh, would you say in this clubhouse? Like, his voice carries a fair amount.
Well, we sure think so.
Fair amount of weight. Force multiplier, Julio Rodriguez.
Always.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
And I think that was a window into, as Ryan kind of walked through and shared a bunch of that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a window for us. We have the optics of television and in our ears to listen to Riz and Gary and crew, but that's like a window into, the dynamics, the human
but I think what
being
you also
dynamics.
hear, though, is that Julio sometimes is asked to be some of that voice.
That's right.
Right? Especially, look, I mean, Ryan lays it all out there if you listen to everything he said. Dan's superpower has been that he has turned the clubhouse over to the players, something that Scott couldn't do, right?
Yep.
So Dan's superpower was turning it over to the players, led primarily, not entirely, but primarily by Cal Raleigh.
Yep.
Now Cal's not around. He's not having the best year.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would make sense to have a little bit of friction,
Yes.
a little bit of bumps and ups and downs as the clearly defined leader of the team isn't there in a clubhouse that's been given to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you start to hear from Ryan. Names like Julio, Brian Wu,
Yep.
a couple of other guys that are starting to help fill that void and calm some of the waters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's
makes a lot of sense.
I think it does.
And the other baseball one is he went back.
I just want to come back. No, let me just finish this
Okay,
because
then
I got
just
a
go
bunch of
finish it
texts.
then.
Salk, why are you stirring up drama? Now you're put. This isn't drama. This is the opposite of it. If you're hearing drama, I don't know what to tell you. This is releasing of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
This is pushing the pressure valve, the release valve, to let that steam out. It's the opposite. The opposite.
Like me off the airplane. Don't be walking behind me.
This is the
It's-
opposite
I don't
of
know
drama.
what's going on in my life, the pressure, the everything, but don't walk behind me.
This is leadership. This is a young player who is helping to release some of the pressure. And if you don't think that something went down there, I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell you that that's why they've played better since. That to me that's correlation, not necessarily causation.
Correct.
And I know those are big words that Lyle and obviously the 360 are going to have to look up. But I would say that there's certainly a correlation.
Yeah.
And it's not drama.
Yep.
It's the opposite. It's, hey, this might be the thing that allows them to clear the air and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm actually incredibly hopeful about the whole thing.
I'd agree. We got to get running. But the other baseball nugget, and maybe we come back to it later, 9:30 or whatever, is just that the piggybacking and the over communicating. And when you start to move pieces around, and I thought some of the historical context with D. Gordon and Robbie Cano, albeit not a piggyback, you're just trying to please everybody and trying to move them around. And I think you see some of the challenges in baseball of doing so.
That's for sure. All right, quick break, come back, give you guys everything you need to know. We're going to go around the NFL, which is quite the man, there are some stories in the NFL.
Whoa.
And then I think Lyle wants to teach us something. So we'll all be a little more educated when
Lyle
things are
learned.
said and done. It's coming up on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Brock Heward here for my friends down there at People Come First, PCF Construction Group. And if you have been dreaming of that new deck, well, you better call PCF and get a hold of them before this amazing weather. It continues. It arrives after the 5th of July, and their schedule is all filled up. With that new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you don't need an 80-degree day like we have today to enjoy it. You can enjoy your outdoors year-round. And for a limited time, it's pretty cool. 50% off your demolition costs. That's up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. You know, they designed and built our outdoor living space. And Molly, being an interior designer, she knew exactly what she wanted, and PCF delivered. So start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, construction take a little bit of time. So get the process and party started today. Get all your ideas Browse the amazing photos and find the offer details, like $5,000 off your demo costs at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Feeling lucky? Don't miss the Lucky Spring Classic Collector Car, Truck, and Boat Auction. Saturday, June 6th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Up to 200 collector, vintage, and classic vehicles, many going to the highest lucky bidder with absolutely no reserve. Get lucky, get local, and get in line. Visit LuckyOldCar.com for a list and pictures of auction vehicles. Or call 206-467-6531 for bidding and consignment details.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Mariners and Diamondbacks tomorrow at T-Mobile. 7:10 first pitch. Pregame at 6. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Under these arches, opposing teams are put to the test. Can they hear themselves over the boom of the 12s? Can they withstand the Seattle elements? Can they compete against us? Touchdown, Seahawks! This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Lumen Field and experience what this city lives for. Visit Seahawks.com today.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. first.
How nice for the Mariners to have a day off today and bask in their 3-game sweep down in Sacramento.
So nice. Lose momentum. Sweep the A's. Now have to have an off day. So nice. Talking about Salk. You're an idiot.
I mean, I may be an idiot. Maybe it is.
You're an
bad.
aggressive cactus. Idiot.
Maybe it is bad. Maybe they shouldn't have a day off.
You see how they hit the lefties finally and you want to have an off day?
You know, that's a good point. Maybe they shouldn't.
So here's the thing. I'm Mike Salk. I'm a professional moron.
What's with you today, Maura? You're on top of all this. Jeez.
That's so good.
How dare you?
Seriously.
All right, fine.
Dumbest take you've ever had.
You know what? I'm going to shut my mouth and just...
They'll probably go golfing.
There's Langoliers, just the DH today, the offer. Swung on line, drive, right field, Robles over, goes to a dive, and makes a tremendous catch. Full Superman, goes to the dive, takes away extra bases. Cortez scrambles back to first base. That saves a run. Great play by Victor Robles.
There may be a few ums and you knows with Danny post game, but he has said this on a couple different occasions, especially this series, where they played the best defense, cleanest ball at the best time they could against the division leading A's. He said, when you make plays like that, when Victor does, not only does it infuse your group with confidence, it just takes some of the wind out of their sails. Like, oh, really? Really? You're going to make that play? You're going to take that hit away? We have no chance to get something going?
Yep.
And the Mariners just, 22-4, just kind of stepped on them all 3 games and put that kind of pressure and had all the good mojo and bad vibes.
Dan pretty happy with how they're playing. Said it's the best they played all year.
I think so. I mean, I think this is, as good as we've played all season long and as consistent as we've been. And again, it's all parts of the game. And I thought the at-bats were outstanding. The pitching, you turn it over to the bullpen again today, who did a great job. And it was just, 4 runs in the series against a team that's, was ahead of us in the standings. So it's just a great effort and good to take first place over, but again, a little bit of a rest tomorrow and then back home on Friday and getting after it again.
I'll say this too, Jeff Passan, there's a reason he's in the position he's in. He's very, very good. And he has been the calm voice in the Logan Gilbert storm. That the next level numbers are good, that the pitch shaping is good, that his stuff is good. And you know what? 3 out of his last 4 starts, shutouts. Pretty good. Oh, and by the way, speaking of which, Keith Law, very good at his job. Kind of screwed up something with Cade. What did you tell me, Lyle? Where did Keith Law?
He got that fixed.
Where did Keith Law have Cade in his prospects?
So his new list, Cade is number 4.
Number 4.
Ryan Sloan's in the top 10, I believe number 9.
Wow.
And Felnine Celestin's in his top 20, and I believe 17.
How about that? And Colt is not in it because he's up at the big?
He's graduated.
Okay.
I mean, that's...
And he had Colt where?
Top 5.
Top 5.
So you're talking right now 6 big league starters and 2 top 10 prospects.
Why does Keith hate my team?
That's called priming the pump.
That's pretty good. That's a lot of good.
The pump has been primed.
Remember we heard a few years ago that Selden might have the single best talent, the best upside, the best skill set of more than Julio.
What?
That was what we heard.
Oh, stop it, Saul.
I didn't say it. That's what someone told us. And that person was in the know. But I don't have physical proof of it, I guess.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Doing this job by talking to people behind the scenes. Be weird. Sounds like we could have a new Seahawks owner before the season begins, depending on who you listen to. And in this case, it is the insider. He's very proud of being an insider. How about that? That was the underrated part of the sound you played for me yesterday, Maura, was him calling his job being an insider. Like, I know that's what we call them, like, oh, it's so-and-so insider, but it's sort of weird to describe yourself that way. What are you? Oh, I'm a football insider. You're a reporter.
Yeah, we call Shannon our Mariners insider, but I don't think she would introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer. No, she wouldn't. She'd say I'm a reporter, which is exactly what Rappaport should have said. Whatever.
Yeah, let me give you that real quick. Here's my understanding of the potential sale of the Seahawks. The market, I'm told, has been robust, and the way it is trending would not be surprised at all. There's a special meeting among NFL owners this coming August. Could have a new Seahawks owner before the season. If all goes perfectly well, could eclipsed $10 billion. Ever since Seth Wickersham reported that the market was softer than they thought, things have really picked up steam. New owner potentially coming soon for Seattle.
So is that a call out of Wickersham? It's weird to mention it.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't call out Seth Wickersham.
No. I did. Next.
I mean, do we think Rappaport knows for sure? I mean, has he been in these meetings?
I don't know. It's a good question, Lyle. Thank you. I don't know.
Next.
You're not going to distract me, Lyle. I just hope, they sell for at least $10 billion, because if it's only $9.5, then we'll know that Washington and Seattle are totally a disastrous place to live, and no one will be able to buy the Seahawks except for $9.5 billion.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
What are we even doing here? The commissioners were all talking yesterday. Why do we even do a show? We can't get one commissioner. McAfee's got 8 of them. Manfred, Silver, Bettman, WNBA, MLS, UFC. Pretty impressive, man. What a show. That was incredible.
What did our guy say is the disparity between the top payrolls and the bottom?
Yeah, here's a little of Rob Manfred. Hold on.
Like $400 million?
It's a lot.
Right, we got it. Look, our payroll gap from top to bottom is $446 million. That's not a fair fight. And the numbers really bear out that it's not a fair fight. If you have a high payroll, you're much more likely to make the playoffs. And if you have a high payroll, your chances of going to each of the successive rounds are massively higher than a low payroll club. And, look, fans want competition. That's what it's about at the end of the day. And we need to get that one fixed.
What did Lyle say earlier? It's pretty astute, actually. You said, have you ever heard a puppet?
Oh, yeah. He's a puppet. Rob Manfred? I mean,
somebody
that's not
disagreed
new.
with you and said not a puppet, more of a muppet.
Oh, you could go with that, too. People get the Dodgers wrong, man. I get they spend a ton of money, but they have drafted and developed like as well as anybody.
Sure.
Will Smith drafted and developed late first. Max Muncy's one of the great development stories of all time. Like, they've done a lot. Miguel Rojas, who saved their World Series last year, he was just on the roster for a couple million
bucks. A lot
bucks.
of the guys they've spent all the money on haven't really worked. Shohei's worked out.
I mean,
okay,
Shohei and Yamamoto.
Yeah,
Freeman's been pretty
You're
good.
Ian Rappaport. You're a nerd in a suit.
Thanks, Chad Dukes. That's everything you need to know.
Oh, one other little aside.
Quarter past every hour.
The Copper River salmon is in its season.
Oh, it is?
That I had last night.
Wow.
That's just not fair.
It's pretty good.
It's not a fair fight. It's like the Dodgers payroll versus, And I know you like your steelhead.
I do.
And you do a nice
like
job
my
with it.
steelhead.
No, you do a nice job. And when it's fresh, it's really good. And their steelhead dish, probably my second favorite. But, you like salmon. It's running. It's time.
Just a complete and total disrespectful.
Wow.
And then to do that in the middle of a live interview after you've already screwed me once?
I don't know.
Go yourself, dude. You get stuff wrong all the time. And everybody knows it.
Mora's mad. I better stop playing sound. She's going to give us sound.
No, just get it out before around the NFL.
All right.
You guys notoriously interrupt me. We've got a lot of good sound today.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
And Lyle's going to educate us.
Yeah, we have a lot to get to.
I am going to shut my mouth. I'm going to let Mora talk. It's coming up on Brock and Salk.
Stick around for Bump and Stacy coming up next at 10.
That's right. That's what this news feels like.
Committee for
so there's going to be a committee to decide whether they're going to make an announcement and when they're going to make an announcement.
Give Seattle a team.
Bump and Stacy with Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross next at 10.
I hope you guys are prepared to be embarrassed by my behavior.
We're going to be on Hard Knocks for sure.
We're definitely going to be on Hard Knocks because I will drag us in front of these cameras.
On Seattle Sports.
Ours is about trust. During the Great Depression, trust was hard to come by. People were so skeptical of banks. Customers would stop by the lumberyard, put their money in an envelope, and leave it in this safe. The safe still stands today as a symbol of our most valuable asset, your trust. If there's ever anything we can do to better earn your trust, email me personally. Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Dunn Lumber, building trust since 1907.
Shopping for a new Mazda? Shop the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer, Mazda of Everett, with more new Mazdas in stock than any dealer in the region. Shop over 780 new Mazdas. Click on the Mazda of Everett price. At Mazda of Everett, exceptional customer satisfaction is the standard. Plus, at Mazda of Everett, you negotiate directly with the owner. Locally owned, trusted by thousands. Shop MazdaofEverett.com and see why we're number one.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Mariners and Diamondbacks tomorrow at T-Mobile. 7:10 first pitch. Pre-game at 6. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Adventure in the 26 Tacoma TRD Sport, leasing at $399 a month with $1,000 TFS cash. Earn $3,000 in customer cash on the Tundra, leasing at $469 a month, and the 4Runner at $369 a month. All leases, 36 months, $39.99 due at signing. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, we've done Lyle Learns. We're going to do a Lyle's Lesson. It sounds like coming up in about 15 minutes to end the show today. Lyle's penultimate show. Tomorrow he's out of here, which is a bummer. We're sad about that.
Well, he's doing the show tomorrow, and then he's out.
Right. Yeah. After the show tomorrow, he'll be out of here, and that's going to be a bummer. You think he'll cry? You and I have cried at the end of each of the iterations.
No, he will not cry.
No chance.
Not even close.
He's going to walk out, hands in the air.
Not even misty.
Let's go.
Not even misty.
Maura, we will not take up any more of your time.
And we'll behave.
Please.
Totally behave.
Take us around the NFL.
Thank you. All right, Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts was asked about the potential impact of losing wide receiver A.J. Brown because he's rumored to be going to the Patriots. This was his first response.
If A.J. is traded, how would that affect the offense? How would that affect me?
Picked the right question to sip on, huh?
So
takes
a long drink.
I had read that he did that, but I hadn't actually heard the audio.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And then when he finally answers it, it's really less about A.J. Brown. It's very generic.
I think for us, we're focused on learning the offense. It really doesn't change in terms of our approach to improve. There's an if. Obviously been a lingering thing, but nothing can replace all the greatness that we achieved together.
What did he just say?
Don't know.
I don't know. That's your guy.
He gets a lot of grief, man. He really does.
Yeah, be the quarterback in Philly.
No, I know. It's hard. He gets a lot of grief.
Yep.
But is it hard to say, losing him would be bad?
Right.
Yeah,
It seems like he's really avoiding saying that.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure he absolutely cannot stand A.J. Brown. And he's doing the best he can to muddle through this until they can trade him.
Can you imagine AJ and DK in the same team at Ole Miss?
It's really hard. Who was the quarterback?
I did that. I did one of their games.
Who was their quarterback?
He had a cannon. What was his name?
Too late for Chad Kelly, right?
Too late for Chad Kelly. He was already done. Oh, he transferred after that.
Wasn't he a baseball player? I'm blanking on his name.
Is it Shea Patterson?
Yes.
It was? Before Michigan, Shea Patterson?
Jordan Ta'amu was there, too.
Yeah, it was Shea Patterson. And Jordan Ta'amu was there, too. But yeah, those two on the field together, that's a lot.
That's a lot going on.
Well, and then they had what's-his-name from the Jets who did the fake going to the bathroom on the fire hose, and it cost them the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, that too.
Was he on that team, too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's a lot.
Anyway, I do think that I might be a little too high on Jalen Hurts. I recognize that I probably like him more than I should, and I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt when others wouldn't. That's fair. I own that.
But
also, he takes a lot of arrows being in Philly.
He downshifts to neutral and keeps it below neutral.
Uh-huh.
If there's a little something below neutral, that's where he's not even neutral. As a player, it's all of it. And I get it. He's won a Super Bowl, and it's been a great mentality for him. But there is I
like him though. I really do like him. I hope that, I think it's a tough gig. Yep. And I think that might be the only way to survive being in Philly.
Maybe.
As long as he has and winning the way he has there.
All right, you want some more teammate drama?
Oh, we love drama.
Or possible drama. J.J. McCarthy was asked about being in a quarterback room with Kyler Murray, and sounds like things are maybe not going that great.
It's a true competition. That's what I was told. But at the end of the day, it matters what I do out here every single day. And that's the only thing I'm focused on.
JJ, what's your relationship been like with Kyler so far?
It's just like two guys in a classroom. He sits on one side, I sit on the other side. And it's the coach's responsibility to teach us and coach us. So
that sounds great.
Is there any awkwardness between you two?
Awkwardness, it's just like the same feeling, when you're in high school and there's another person on the other side of the room. That's just kind of how it is. So I wouldn't say there's any awkwardness.
What? This was how Kyler answered it.
It's been great. Obviously, I know he's a younger guy, so any way I can help him, obviously, I feel like I've played 7 years now, going on 8. So I'm considered a veteran, even though I don't see myself as that. Give him any knowledge that he needs.
He has to reach out. That's just a head pat, though.
How could he possibly pat
We're
him
just
on the
two people in a room on the other
He
side
tried
of
to
the room.
sun him, don't you think?
Yeah.
He tried to sun him. That's not right either. Oh, he's just a young guy, so I'm here to help.
I play 8
Shut
years
up, man.
in this league.
He's like, "What? Are you kidding me? Oh, you're here to help? Get out of here!
But JJ's
help
is
me
so
do
weird.
what?
JJ
help me
is-
play video games at night? Get out of here!
JJ is kind of weird.
They're both weird. Like
I was really high on JJ. I didn't realize that he's kind of a weirdo.
You were real high on the personality.
I love the hockey
What
player.
is the
I love
weirdness of the
toughness.
personality?
He's just kind of a weirdo.
In what way?
Like, listen to him.
I didn't think that was that weird. I think that was
read the room.
I think it was very simple. It's like, yeah, we're not. It's awkward. It's awful. We're like two guys in a high school classroom.
Yeah, but is that what he
together.
needs to be doing right now when he's trying to impress everyone and win the job?
He's got the Harbaugh. You know, he played for Jim for 3 years. So some of the Harbaugh indoctrination.
I didn't fault him on that. I think what he's saying is, I can't believe you brought in this clown to be in my quarterback room with me.
Brock didn't know about 9 back at Michigan. He didn't know about 9.
No, he didn't.
That's JJ's alter ego.
I know.
It isn't a great alter ego. I gotta be real.
I saw
Is he
the
like
guy.
Ron Mexico?
What's that?
Like Ron Mexico?
Whatever that is.
Why would you make a reference that you know he doesn't?
That's Michael Vick's.
Let's go with 9.
That was Michael Vick's. alter ego.
Okay, you brought up Jim Harbaugh. I thought Salk would like this one.
I did see
He was
this
asked
one.
about his
Yeah.
quarterback, Justin Herbert, arriving to OTAs late after missing time to support his
a good thing.
girlfriend. She's a singer, Madison Beer, on her tour. They
Yeah.
were in Poland, I believe.
Sure.
Let's just say Harbaugh doesn't agree with Salk on voluntary workouts.
No. Not
So
like this
excited, so excited. And I was happy. You know, we went to support Madison on her music tour. Madison supports him at the football games, and he told me he wasn't going to be here for those 2 weeks. And my first reaction was, "Do you need a ride to the airport?" You know, he's just been somebody that he's just here all the time. I mean, there's times I've wanted to shoo him out of the building. He's at every voluntary, every non-voluntary workout. I'm the same guy that broke his hand, and then he was here the next day practicing the next game, stiff-arming guys. So, yeah, I was happy. Good balance.
So, I told Salk a story off the air. I can't share it on the air. But
That's
our head
great
coach
sound.
worked for Jim Harbaugh at Stanford, and he impersonates him impeccably. And some of the stories are insanity. And what you hear there is what you hear behind the scenes and how it's he is his own
Do you need a ride to the airport? He's in love with Herbert, the way he talks about him.
Oh, yes, he is. Do you need a ride to the airport? What a weirdo. He's so weird.
It's so weird.
Oh, what would our
I'm so excited that he's not here for workouts. It's like the best thing ever. All I've ever wanted
He's
is a
here
quarterback
all the
that
time,
wouldn't
every
show
day,
up
except for the last 2 weeks.
except for when the team is here working out together.
What would the Jim Harbaugh show have sounded like with you and me?
Well, he would have said stuff like that, and we
How
would have been
would that
like,
have worked?
wait, what? Why not what?
You would have what?
So you want him here just not when the team is here? What?
How would Jim Harbaugh and Mike Salk work?
Oh, it would have been great.
I
love him. It would have
I
been
don't
great.
think it would have been as great as Salk thinks it.
No, I don't think so either, Mara. I don't think so either.
How dare you? How dare you?
All right, you ready for some Mike Vrabel?
Yeah.
He spoke to the media from OTAs and had to answer more questions about the fallout from his scandal.
No.
First, does he anticipate missing any more football activities?
I mean, I can only tell you I'm going to be there today, but I can't tell you anything other than I'm going to be out there today in full force. And I mean that because, who knows what's going to come up? I'm not even, anything could happen. And so I'm going to focus on today. But in the excitement that we've had and that we've built so far, and the conditioning that we've tried to incorporate into our practices and the weightlifting and all the things that are critical.
He practically gave him the Shanahan, we could all be dead by Sunday.
That is
Who knows?
such a weird answer.
I had no idea he sounded as much like Dave Wannstedt.
It's a random poll.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a random poll, but he sounds like Dave, like kind of meatheady.
Yeah, only he's always been.
I know.
That is
Definitely a meathead.
weird answer, though. That's the wrong
We're
answer.
not. We're not
Who is
promised.
doing their
tomorrow.
PR?
We're not promised.
He was also asked about his work-family balance in the wake of everything.
Again, I appreciate my family is great. I love Jen. I love the boys. I love, my personal friends. And
Lamp.
then, this spring is focused on really the coaching staff, the players, more importantly than the coaching staff. But I just, seeing the coaches in the second year, how smooth the conversations are.
Tried to transition out of that one.
Where is Diana?
She's lurking.
She's like a candle
She's
in the
living her
wind.
best life with her husband. They went to a Bruce Springsteen concert, a couple weeks ago.
Her story is lurking.
Like a candle in the wind. Never known.
Apparently, they're like nothing ever happened.
September 10th, 8th, right around there, I think is when we'll hear it.
I would have liked to know her. When are we going to hear from Diana?
I just told you when. Second week of September, right before the Patriots play the Seahawks in the opening game.
No.
Yes.
I tried to get her on the show before all this, so I don't think we're going to hear from
So did I.
We're not going to hear from her.
So did I. Do you want to text her?
She talks. I'm sure she's changed her number. She absolutely talks the week before the Patriots and Seahawks.
I'm going to text the number.
Do it.
Bet.
No cap.
Bet.
I'm going to do it right now.
Just bet.
All right, we also had an awkward...
Leave the poor woman alone.
An awkward but funny moment when Drake May, who everybody said was noticeably more muscular, was asked by a reporter if he's gotten thicker with 2 C's.
Poor Rochi.
Good question. Are you thicker with 2 C's? Is that the way you're supposed to say it? Is that kind of like the hip thing? Are you thicker with 2 C's? Is that how it's supposed to be? Or
I think that's paused, if that's anything. I think that's not the way to put it, but
So it does help to have a little context on the reporter asking that question.
Yeah.
Dan Roach, WBZ TV. He's hilarious and is maybe the nicest, most positive person you've ever met.
Really?
Truly. And it's hilarious in the Boston sports media scene.
And he was trying to be a cool kid like
No,
I did.
he didn't. He misunderstood what it meant. Like he thought that was like a good thing, meaning ripped.
Oh.
He didn't get it. It's hilarious. Rochi's honestly like like we've talked about how that media
Who would he
market,
be the equivalent of here in
Chris
this
Egan.
market? He's the Chris Egan to that market.
Yeah, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, very similar. Like again, happy, funny,
Thick
positive.
with 2 C's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So poor Rochi. He is a really, really nice guy.
Drake May was like, no, you didn't do it right.
Rochi's a great dude.
Actually, what? No,
All right, we probably only have time for one more here. Do you want Lamar Jackson on his contract situation or Matthew Stafford on Ty Simpson?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Let's go to
Let's
that.
make history.
Okay. Let's go.
I got to make sure I say
Yeah,
Matthew
no.
because Kelly Stafford's apparently very mad.
Let's make history.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm in there with him, in the meeting room, on the practice field, trying to share as much knowledge as I can. Listen, I was a big fan of Ty when he was playing at Alabama. I sent him a text after, he got drafted and said, really enjoyed watching you play. Just you were in the wrong jersey. You weren't a dog. So, but I did enjoy watching him play. He's a talented kid. I'm going to do everything I can to get this team ready to play, to win. But at the same time, share some of the knowledge that I've gained throughout my career because I wouldn't be in the seat that I am right now if I didn't have people that were helping me out along the way too. So I'm happy to do that. But he has been a sponge, man. He's looking to get better. And really that's everybody on our team, all the young guys that we picked.
He talks at the same cadence as
Yes,
Sean
it's
McVay.
McVay. I was just thinking that. How much
Very
time
quick.
they spend together and how, if you were to listen to Matthew Stafford when he was at Georgia, coming out of Texas, oh my gosh, it's a different human being. But that sounds, we're a lot of McVay there. And that's not sunning him, by the way, Kyler. That's how you do it.
Right.
I played 18 years in the league. I'm the MVP.
That's true.
I'm just giving back to the guy. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, that's actually how, as a veteran guy, you express that.
I would agree.
I'm so proud of you guys.
I'm trying to
Thank
think
you.
of who. Yeah, you're
Laura,
welcome.
we
Laura.
try.
I'm trying to think of who he would have had as his quarterbacks when he was a rookie.
Who's that?
Stafford. Like who else would have been there?
Who was on the team?
Drew Stanton.
Drew Stanton, Michigan Stater.
And Dante Culpepper.
Oh, yeah, an old Dante. Yep.
How about that?
Wow.
All right. Good job. Thanks, Maura.
Good information, Mike.
That was fun.
I learned something.
No problem.
Did you?
Salk's lessons.
Well, I was just looking at Pro Football Reference, but I mean, whatever you want
Where
to
do you
call
think
it.
Lyle gets all his stats? Where does he look?
That's true.
Yeah, he just
well,
looks
I'm not
stuff
like
up.
those aren't like under the hood stats. They're literally just the names of the other quarterbacks from that team.
WRC plus.
It's not any of it. You know who the offense coordinator was that year, Brock? Friend of yours? Scott
Linehan. Yeah, Scott Linehan.
Scott
was.
Linehan.
And he had Dante in Minnesota.
Yeah. And then Jim Schwartz as his head coach. All right, Lyle, this is it. Just about. Let's learn something. What would you like to teach us today?
The problem here is I was trying to think about yesterday, what am I going to teach you guys? Because
seriously,
how much do I have to really offer in terms of knowledge?
We're angry lizards.
Angry lizards?
I mean, that's what we were, right? You were an angry cactus, and I'm an angry lizard. What are you going to teach us?
That was weird.
Psychedelic.
So I tried to rip off a couple different ideas for topics. I was like, I could give people a Star Wars history lesson. I could give people, I guess, a lesson on the modern age of social media. But honestly, after the way that you guys were just totally debunking all the new school music stuff I was throwing back at you yesterday during Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I figured I'd give you guys this.
Let's do it.
In the last 10 years, I mean, hip hop's changed a lot because it's gotten past, hasn't gotten past the Drakes and the Jay-Z's of the world. They're still around and making music, but there is a new wave of artists that have really taken over.
Diddy's not around.
I didn't.
Would you let him give his lesson?
I didn't say him.
Oh, sorry.
I said Drake and Jay-Z. Anyway.
Wow.
I figured this would be really fun.
Pipe down, Brock.
Can you guys guess the top 10 mumble rappers in the last 10 years? That's what they call the new wave of hip hop artists. They call them mumble rappers. Eventually, I'm just going to have you guys give up, but I want to see how many of these you guys think you can get because I wrote out the top 10.
You know what's amazing? You know what showed up on my timeline last night as I was laying in bed trying to fall
top 10
asleep?
mumble rappers of the last decade?
This guy that goes around rapping and freestyling, and he was with the Yankees at spring training. This guy on Twitter and social media, it's just ridiculous. His brain is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not a mumbler. No, I could understand every lyric he was dropping. Mumble rappers. Mumbles. The mayor mumbles.
Tom Menino.
Tom Menino.
Become iconic.
Is Tom Menino a top 10 mumbles?
I don't know who that is, but
okay, not on there.
No,
all right.
He's not.
Why don't you educate us?
You guys can't even guess.
But
Like you don't have a guess.
What is a mumbles
I know
rapper?
what mumble rap is, but I don't like it, so I have not spent a lot of time on it.
But you can't name one. You can't name any.
I mean, I think if you name some, I could tell you more about them, but no, I could not.
Is Future one?
Future's number two.
You can see. Okay, so
Future's number
in that
two
category.
Future's number 2 with over 53 billion streams.
Yeah. All right. I didn't realize you were going to. Is Drake considered a mumble?
He's not. So he's not
but
on there.
Future is.
Future is.
Is Kendrick considered a mumble rapper?
Yes and no. He's not on this list, and
I would say he's not, but okay. Like, if you want to include Kendrick, would you include, let's see, like Southern, like does Migos count in that?
Yeah,
band?
I'm actually surprised they're not on here, but on this
what
list,
kind
I
of
found
list
they
is
were.
this? I'm surprised.
I mean,
Do you guys know who sings this song he's playing?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know that song.
Got a good little beat to it.
Is Lil Uzi Vert on the list?
I had a feeling.
At number 1, and again,
Lil
everybody's
Uzi
list
Vert.
will be a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
different.
Okay, of
But
course,
47 plus billion streams.
You can keep that music, that beat
Yeah,
going.
that's
I kinda like that beat. Keep
That
it
is
going.
EXO Tour Life.
Uh-huh.
Again, it was the biggest song in the world for like a year.
So Lucy what? Lucy
Little
what?
Uzi Vert. I mean, you guys are two
Lucy
down
Vert?
through like 5 minutes of this.
I'm
No,
doing
no.
fine. What are you talking
I'm
about?
listening.
I'm
Lucy
doing
Vert
fine.
won.
Brock doesn't know anything.
Yeah,
Future
that's-
too.
You know what's funny about
I
Brock?
think you had two borderline ones, and I helped with the others.
Yeah.
Level up. Future. Level up.
Ionic.
Yeah.
Didn't he do level up?
Yeah, we have Tom Brady here. We have Tom Brady here. We have Tom Brady here.
Mumble rapper extraordinaire.
And Stephen Ridley. I mean, another great guy. And Wilcock.
Wilcock.
Wilcock, I'm sorry. Wilcock, I'm sorry. Wilcock, yeah.
Brock, do you think you could phone a
Yeah,
friend?
her-
Would Titus be able to help?
Oh yeah, Titus would know these.
It's funny with some of these. I feel like Salk always has more of the knowledge on this stuff than Brock does.
Well, yeah.
Of course, he's a music guy.
I like music.
I'm coaching Lyle.
All right, what else you got?
All right, so to be clear, we've given up at 2 of the 10.
50 Cent.
No.
He's doing the UFL. He's doing the UFL title game.
No, not on there.
Halftime show of the UFL championship game. 50 Cent ain't on there.
Would you put Meek Mill on there?
Yeah, and actually, funny enough, not on this list either. I mean, he could be on there.
All right, well, it sounds like your list sucks.
Lil Yachty?
Again, lists are subject. Yeah, so Lil Yachty's
Yachty.
number 5,
Okay.
13 plus billion streams.
I mean, I feel like I'm doing fine. I've named a bunch of
Yeah, you're-
big
all right.
rappers of the last 10 years.
Right.
Which is essentially, if you had just said, hey, could you name some of the biggest rappers of the last 10 years, we'd be fine.
It's a list. It's a list I found. You got to try to guess the top 10. You
Run DMC.
Big X the
No.
Plug?
Does Lyle know who Run DMC is?
Yeah.
Beastie Boys.
It's a little.
The Plug on there?
Big X didn't make it.
Okay, not considered a mumble rapper, I guess.
No. He is, but again,
Oh, he's just not big enough?
Nas.
No.
Wants the top 10.
We can give up if you guys want to
Well,
give
I don't
up.
know this person's top 10, Lyle. That's not learning.
No, it's based
That's
on
guessing.
streams. It's based on the number of streams.
It's
But
learning.
you just agreed that you thought some of these other people should be on there.
They call me Big Papa.
No, there are other good guys on here, but again, you got to try to guess the top 10. You got to try to guess the top 10.
Vanilla Rice.
No.
Darn it.
I mean, the guys on this list are really, really popular.
Yes.
So
okay.
I don't think it's that crazy.
No, there's somebody tied to football. It's been all the tattoos under the I know one of these. Come on.
I think he might be on the right track.
Come on.
2 Chainz.
3 Chainz. 2 Chainz?
Not on there.
Darn it.
All right. We can start to go through it if you want.
Go quick.
So you got the first 2.
Yep.
Young Thug was number 3 at 30 plus billion.
Yes.
Travis Scott number 4.
Oh, Travis
64.
Scott's awful.
No, he's
Awful.
not.
I mean, awful. Just atrocious music.
No.
Terrible.
No.
That guy's terrible.
He's my second favorite behind Lil
Oh my
Uzi.
God, he's
Wow. Okay. I
Well,
Travis.
you can yell at a cloud all you want, but 64 plus billion people seem to listen
And
to
they
his
love
music.
him at the-
64 plus billion people like a lot of garbage, but that's okay.
Hey, he's been at the Woodshed to Tacoma Dome a few times
Yeah,
too.
I know. He's the man.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I like Travis Scott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
64 plus billion.
Yep.
Anyway, Yachty's 5, Playboy Cardi 6, 32 plus billion. 21 Savage is 7 at 44 billion.
Savage.
Chief Keef was 8.
Who? I don't know that one.
Chief Keep.
I don't know Chief Keep.
Yeah.
That's the first person you've mentioned I haven't known.
Emerald Queen Casino. A lot.
Kodak Black was number 9 on this list. And then XXX Tentacion was number 10.
I don't
Although
know
he
that
sat
one.
well.
So I
he
knew
sadly-
8 of the 10.
Triple X.
Pretty good.
You know the 4 seasons are? 4 tops?
I thought this was about my
Well,
segment.
because you were making this comp. What do you want to teach us about them?
That's good. They've had a lot of.
I'm educating you guys on who some of the popular current hip hop artists are. Because by the way,
of streams, billions.
all these Seahawks that you guys talk about on the daily.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Most of those guys can
Heck
get that
yeah.
entire top 10, and
That's
they definitely
right.
know who those guys
That's
all
right.
are.
I'm sure they do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Billions.
A lot. So, I just wanted to teach you guys about who
Thank
some
you,
of the
man.
current
Well, I
hip
feel
hop artists
very
in the game are.
I am disappointed I didn't pull out Travis Scott. I could have said that.
I mean, seriously.
I could have. Because, yeah.
Yeah, he's really popular.
I might tried with Run DMC and some of the others, but they're older.
There's only so many things I can teach you guys, to be totally honest.
360 says, this scripted? Did you guys act this out? This is hilarious.
It is hilarious to be in the other chair.
It is.
Lyle,
It
you're the
is.
best.
Thank you, Lyle.
What a phenomenal lesson.
I'm
Thank you
educated.
very, very much. All right. That's going to do it for us today. We'll turn things over to Bump and Stacy.
Easy on those dials. Easy on those dials. That was a fun show.
It was.
Sucks the Mariners have an off day, just as it getting the momentum and rhythm going.
Yeah. It's my fault.
Totally your fault.
All right. We will be back or at least I will, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I think Shannon will come join us. G will be in. We'll say goodbye to Lyle properly.
Yeah.
All coming up tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Bump and Stacy up next. Till then, Brock, you know where the hay is?
I believe it is in Triple X's barn.
That's right.
Number 10.
See you, everybody.
Double! Stick around for Bump and Stacy coming up next at 10.
That's right. That's what this news feels like.
Committee for
So there's going to be a committee to decide whether they're going to make an announcement and when they're going to make an announcement.
Give Seattle a team.
Bump and Stacy with Michael Bumpus and Stacy Rost next at 10.
I hope you guys are prepared to be embarrassed by my behavior.
We're going to be on Hard Knocks for sure.
We're definitely going to be on Hard Knocks because I will drag us in front of these cameras.
On Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. And if you've been dreaming of that new deck, you got to get a hold of PCF. Call them before the great weather arrives and their schedule gets totally filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, how about this? Get 50% off demolition costs up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we love it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, and construction can take a little time, so get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and look at all the offer details at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Hey, Mike Salk here with Dr. Coogan from Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. And Doc, what do you say to people who are considering those GLP-1 injections for weight loss?
Before you start, ask yourself this. Are you prepared to spend $3,000 to $5,000 per year and stay on the medications long-term to maintain the results? Many prescription weight loss injections require weekly shots, and when the medication is stopped, weight gain is common. And most people don't realize research shows a significant portion of the weight lost can come from muscle, which may slow your metabolism and make keeping the weight off even harder.
From personal experience, I can tell you Eastside Weight Loss Clinic takes a different approach, a doctor-developed program helping people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days.
No injections, no synthetic hormones, no long-term dependence. Instead, we use real food to reset your metabolism, control hunger, and cravings naturally.
So come to their clinic in Kirkland or do the program from anywhere you live with easy remote options. If you want a safe, affordable alternative to weight loss injections,
go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com to keep the weight off for good.
Dr. Ryan